Hello everyone, and welcome to the Ghost in the Machine, a D&D live play about memory, identity, magic, and politics. I am your Dungeon Master and host, Matthew Foreman. What is it?
I'm just imagining you preening yourself more and more. Like
I mean,
every time
well,
it goes
I'm wearing
like,
a lot of layers. I have... Let's go over this.
Is it broken on
Let's
your
go over
side?
it.
Yeah.
What's
is.
broken?
We're buffering like crazy.
We're dropping
There it goes.
Oh. We're back. Hi. So let's go over the layers of my clothes because
Sure.
that's what's important.
Yeah.
I've got a hoodie on.
Mhm.
I've got a thinner, lighter, more airy hoodie. I have a red shirt on. I have a Ghost in the Machine So Nerdwear tank top.
Yeah?
Okay.
What's
I was
underneath
gonna
that?
say, if there's not a tank top at the
So
bottom of
how
that,
do we get to the tank top, Matt?
When it
Because
gets
Yeah.
real
that's-
hot in here.
That's what's necessary.
Give us
how do you raise the heat in the room?
Real steamy.
That's it's your.
It's Jan, you pay me.
And, and actually, my top layer is a nerd out button from my friend Kaya.
That's
Hi
right.
Kaya, we love you. They can't see
They
you.
can't see me, so I don't
Correct.
know why I'm waving.
I'm not going off with my face the whole night.
Matt's like,
Perfect.
let's
We
describe the
become
lower
voice
layers.
actors as voice actors. This is
Everyone's
the
always told me I
podcast.
have a face for voice acting, so.
Yep.
Wow. That's where we're going to
Oh, they
start
can
the
see you
night,
now.
huh?
Hey everyone, I'm eating pudding with a fork.
Fuck, monster.
I have so many.
The show has really, we've really lost our.
We jumped the shark right before, yeah.
We were
long
just talking
We
about
killed
how
the shark.
when we
before we
started
jumped
this, like episode 1, we were all here. We were all sitting at the table like 10 minutes early. We were all going over our characters so we didn't miss anything. This is what, episode 59 I've been created?
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about what we
I've
started
been
this week.
I've been created.
I
Was
have
the
been
words that
created.
just left your mouth.
Those are the needs.
We're doing,
Those are the
we're
needs.
doing so great. I'm pretty sure you were about to say I've been told, but you said
I've
I've
been
been created.
I've been corrected. I think that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Created.
Been created.
Listen,
Made
we're
from
doing
scratch.
real great.
I am B.
2.0.
I see some familiar faces already flooding in. Hi, you all.
We love you.
It's good to see everyone. Say hey in chat
That's
if you're
right.
here tonight. It's great to see folks coming
Oh
in.
gosh, I'm already like crying.
I know.
Oh, that's crying with laughter now.
Crying
Real
with
tears
trauma
soon.
later.
That's right. That's
Real
right.
soon.
Yeah.
Have some
Hey,
trauma
hi.
as a treat.
As a treat.
As a treat.
How do we do this? We're gonna do our intros,
Yeah.
and then we're
Are
gonna
we?
run the video, and then we'll do our recap.
Yeah.
Start us off.
I don't know why
Was that
I
a
always
wand?
go first. No, it's a paper clip.
I'm already kind of hot.
I'm like,
Layer one. Who donated bits?
there was. Well, Miwa gifted some subs last night during Firefly
Nice.
Street.
There we go.
Very sweet of you, Miwa. Thank you.
It's worth at
So
least a
that's
layer.
that's worth at least
Yeah.
one layer.
There we go.
There
All
we
right.
go.
So I'm Liz. You can find me at Know When You Know Backwards on the Twitters and everything else. She, her pronouns for me and my character Selena. I'm playing a druid, a human druid. I don't know if there's matters which way you put that. Druid, human druid.
Let's debate it for 10 minutes.
Druid human's a little weird.
Actually, yeah, that is.
Let's discuss that for 10 minutes.
Perfect. Druid of the Grasslands, but I can turn into a dragon, so that's fun. Don't forget us and our friends down at Animal Helper. They have more animals that they need donations for so that they can get them taken care of and adopted back out into loving homes. And I'm sure I said something wrong because everyone's laughing at me.
I just love it. Don't forget us.
Well, don't forget us.
Don't forget me when I'm gone.
Which is
And
very
I'm just
sweet.
going to pass it off to somebody else because I can't talk.
We are created.
It's good. we all speak as we.
Don't forget us. We are created.
Hi, my name is Chase. My Twitter handle is @Chase314S. It's really good. I'm playing Justice. Uses they, them pronouns. And I use he, him pronouns. Let's see what's interesting going on. Usually you can find me over on Instagram where we post dank memes every day. We're getting close to 6,000 followers, so go over there and give us a follow if you haven't already. And that's all I have for right now. I'm excited to be here.
I don't know why. One of you two.
I can go.
Yeah, go.
Look at this nice shirt.
Rob, at Powermancer804 on the Twitterverse. I'm him. I'm also playing Sovellias, Bladesinger, Elf, Wizard. Tonight, also him, not Warlock. Wizard.
No, you said it wrong. It's a wizard elf.
Wizard Elf. Wizard Elf. Bladesinger, Wizard Elf. Wizard, Bladesinger, Elf. There we go. That's it.
Elf Blade
Oh,
Singer.
help.
Wizard, Elf, Blade Singer. That's the weird one.
'Cause-
Yeah, Blade Singer, Elf Wizard. Blade Singer, Elf Wizard. There's no association.
Sounds so
You're
dirty. We should clip that and post it on Watch People Die Inside.
We're doing so great, though. I just want to. We're doing so great.
Saturday, 7 p.m. Droskin Christmas Carol Part 2. The rescheduling.
Rescheduling.
Ew.
I'm so happy.
Reindeer games. It'll be great. I have all these wonderful people. It'll be more of a disaster than this is right now. It'll be amazing.
Can you please call it the rescheduling?
I'm
No,
not
it's
redoing the
reindeer
graphics.
games.
Over a year ago, I asked my friends, would you like to stream my magnum opus? And here we are.
So tune in, 7 p.m. Central, this channel, Saturday. That's all I got.
Hello, I'm Alexis. You can find me at VoxFinato on the Twitters, where I tweet about a variety of things between TTRPGs, like player tips and occasional random art shit that I find fun. I am playing Gilly tonight. Both I and her use she, her pronouns. And the things that I have to talk about coming up are not this weekend, but next weekend. On January 25th and 26th, I'll be taking part in a charity marathon stream on So Many Games. You're going to vote for this?
I'm excited.
And so I'm a player on the 25th, but I am running Crash Pandas in Space on the 26th. And leading up to it on Alexis Attempts Art, which I do on Mondays and Fridays here, I am creating little spaceships that the raccoons are going to race in. So that's fun. And then also on Monday the 27th, I'm going to be on Welcome to the Party in Side Quests. So catch me there.
Awesome. Speaking of So Maddie, look at this nice merch you can get.
That's right.
With enough bits, you can see the other tank.
Oh, wow.
Wow. They're pouring me out even more than they already do. Anyway.
Listen, you're the one who said it last week.
Yeah.
That's fair.
What did you say, 500 bits?
500.
Should we up it to 1,000?
1,000, I believe. I don't
Yeah.
think I said 500 bits.
1,000 bits. Y'all, you heard it.
Don't undersell the man.
2,000 bits.
2,000 bits. Come on, what's it gonna take?
I am Matthew Foreman. I am at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. I'm the DM here. I use he, him pronouns. And you can find me here on Dice Priority. I will also be partaking in that charity stream at some point on the 25th. I'd have to look at my schedule. And I'm going to be on Chromatic Chimera playing Clone Ate My Babies on the 21st. Yeah.
I love that
I'm
game.
happy.
Yeah. I think I have to leave work early to make it, but I'm going to do it.
Yes. That makes me very happy.
Check me out there on the 21st. Chromatic Chimera. We're going to roll the video and then do our recap, and that'll be that. That sounds good. Where's the video? There it is. Okay. Okay, so everything that you just watched happened, and we just need to understand that. Okay, so when we last left the Prism, they were
Royally screwed?
royally screwed.
Mm-hmm.
They had just overcome a very powerful foe in the Ancient and Unbroken, and made it past that through a clever deception on Justice's part to meet Morgan, whereupon the Lady of Winter, the Avatar of Vengeance herself, asked for forgiveness from the party, for it seemed that she was capable of making choices, but she was just making, the wrong ones, one might say. So she asked for forgiveness once the party made it past all that craziness. And it was around that time that other things began to happen.
Yeah.
As they were starting to kind of have a conversation with Morgan. Y'all can take it from there.
Oh, we were driven through space and time.
Yeah, Midgar Lang took 2 of his contracted associates.
Temporary part-time contractors, non-benefits eligible.
That's right.
Correct.
Who were in the form of our 2 lovely friends who were in town and were able to guess. And they picked us up to go help us clean up our own mess. The mess that came out of Sovellias' spine.
Which is exactly why we paid for a membership to the Land Consortium in the first place, is to clean up our messes when we get lost in time, or things tear out of your spine,
or you
cause the apocalypse.
You make catastrophic deals with an unknown void entity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
things like that.
Like a Thursday.
So they picked us up and took us to go find this void creature that was basically had almost all of Sovellias' abilities. And
more.
The machine couldn't pick it up because it was now known as a material plane originated entity.
It was a ghost.
That's right.
We also got to have analysis paralysis over all the sweet gear that
the
they
awesome
brought us to let us buy.
They were selling us some real fun homebrew items.
They ripped some of the magic items from our cold dead fingers that we've been clutching since episode 1. Refusing to get rid of. So that was fun.
Some of the hoarding tendencies, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, we failed again.
Yeah.
And the thing ran away
Surprise.
with one of the contracted helpers.
Right.
And will now probably... Plane shifted away with her, and now it'll probably have her abilities, which is not going to be great because she could do monk and paladin smitey things.
Sovellias, safe to say, I don't think you're getting invited to her next birthday party.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that's what. I think
Thanks,
that was.
Frost, for the bits.
I think that was
Hey,
basically.
Frost.
Someone supports us in our failures.
I just want to, real quick, just to go off script, did anyone else get the notification that we went live? Because I don't think it's sending them anymore.
I got them.
Oh,
I got
okay.
one.
Okay, well, I just don't know how to use my phone. We're good. Continue.
It does. It says catch up on the penultimate episode.
Yeah,
though.
I think it was
Did you
still
hit
the
I
Firefly
did, I saved it.
post.
I'm going to kill someone.
You should.
I'm going.
This is not admissible as evidence. This is hearsay.
I am promising you on camera.
I, with this weapon, I'm gonna murder.
The Go Live notif didn't say. Okay, cool.
Artemis
Ghost
Void?
in the machine. There. Solved it.
Perfect.
Fixed.
So, yeah, the Apex Void Predator made away with the monk, paladin, hybrid, valiant fighter, and, well...
Sorry, Maria.
Oh, hey, Artemis. Hey. Thanks for stopping by, Artemis Void.
Void.
They are lovely. So, we pick back up with you all in the outskirts, actually, of Gish, back in the material plane, with Midgar Lang saying something along the lines of, God, that's not great. Prism, what do you wish to do?
I will immediately run to the spot that it plane shifted from and try to detect magic and try to modify it to see if I can try to trace where it went.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Bringing out the big guns.
May I assist in that?
He already has advantage because of the blade of the vizier.
Oh, all right then.
Okay.
You can...
I'm actually rolling good tonight. So 27.
Don't get used to it.
Yeah.
I rolled an
That's
18
right,
and a
don't get used
16.
to it.
Let me double check here. I believe that should be just a success or an extraordinary success. Let me
What's
double
your
check
total then?
27.
Nice.
Okay, so using
20,
the
Fakton.
better D&D skill system, TM.
Yes.
Excuse me. We're going to use Esoterica Unknown.
Oh boy, yes.
When you tune in, when you tune into the arcane mysteries of the world to uncover knowledge, I think that. So, what are you trying to do very specifically? Like,
I'm trying to find the plane that it went to, and even if I can even get a location of where it went to on that plane, so we can immediately chase it and rescue her, so
I think,
another person doesn't die.
okay, so I think what happens here is you succeed and there's no feedback. So you are able to tap into this arcane energy as you kind of put your hand directly where that you think they teleported. You're just like rush over there very quickly, and you just tap in there and begin to channel this kind of magical residue. And I think where they went is the void, actually. And you do get a sense you have this tether, this kind of rope, almost like, and you can definitely feel the dimensional walls closing on this rope that you have, but that's pretty much what you got.
Alright, if we're gonna go after it, we have to go now.
Can you protect us from the effects of the void? We'll look to Midgarling.
Yeah, I think one of them can too, but yes. Fuck.
He's got those little headband things, right?
I didn't bring him.
Oh no!
He's like, get really close.
Getting in close.
Oh boy.
And he will cast void breathing, void breath on all of you.
Okay.
Alright. Everyone look hands. Ready? And then plane shift.
Apparently we are just jumping straight to it.
This is what we're
Somebody
doing.
just got taken.
Yeah, we have to go.
Yeah.
Can you play?
Never stopped you before.
Can you play both of them? Because we still have a person with us, right?
Crag and
Gosh.
Mitchgar Lang.
Sure isn't great. Let me double check something here. Trying to decide what map. I had 2 maps I wanted to use.
Sorry.
So can we get out of the void now that we're in it?
Gosh. We'll find out.
Hey, I hear that there's a guy that is really nice, and he'll just make a deal with you, and you can go wherever you want,
Alright.
Oh boy.
Well, we sure have Midgar with us, so.
For now.
True.
And it's his job to get us back.
Mm-hmm. This is why we have
Job is a
insurance. This is why we have a
strong
We
membership.
paid him.
Job. Non-binding, singularly exclusive contract.
Boy.
He gets it.
Just like Lord Reagan would have wanted.
The Eternal Void Emperor, right? The Lang.
Oh my gosh. He's
Langan.
like a patron, a warlock patron, where the powers trickle down.
It would be funny if it weren't so true.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my next one shot.
I think I have everyone. I always feel like I'm missing one of y'all. It's always my least favorite.
I'm not
Justice.
available that day.
Wow, are these?
When is it? I'm busy.
Maybe we'll get picked up for that one.
Continue to interestedly entertain the chat while I set this up because I'm dragging your new paws.
So if you see these lovely shirts,
Yes.
we have these and more designs available in our store on So Nerdwear.
Mm-hmm.
The other designs we have currently available are Be Gay Summon Demons and Romanceable NPC. But coming soon,
Yeah,
Coming soon. we have Thankfully I'm a Grand Hag, inspired by a Ghost in the Machine little, just what Matthew thought was a little throwaway comment. From Astra, a Grand Hag.
Immortalized in shirt and
It's
mug.
a shirt which I created on
I'm so glad you
Alexis'
said
attention.
shirt.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
Immortalized
There's-
in shirt form.
There's more than just shirts,
Yeah,
though.
that's right.
There's mugs. There's like wall scrolls.
That's
there
right.
are like
Mouse pads.
mouse pads. Yeah, you can get like
Stickers.
Coffee mugs.
coffee
stickers.
mugs. Yeah, the tumblers, like the vacuum tumblers are actually really nice.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite,
I think you're gonna have to get a Thankfully I'm a Grand Hag tumbler once it's up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Black with the silver
Yep,
text looks so
absolutely.
sharp.
Mm-hmm.
My mom has one. She rocks them now. She's got a Dice Prairie keychain on her thing. She is awesome.
Our parents
Also-
are proud of us. We're not sure why.
Mine's
Yeah.
not.
Also, make sure.
Don't speak for everyone.
So yesterday was the penultimate episode of Firefly, and we left off on a big cliffhanger as the crew is getting ready to face their main foe and try to finish up succeeding where a lot of other people have failed in finding a long lost ship. And the finale is next week on Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Central. Make sure you don't miss it.
Sovellias, are you plane shifting them in?
Yes.
Okay.
Because since I have the tether.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. Awesome. Who am I? Who am I? Okay, good thing Roll20 ATM allows me to,
Sponsored.
allows
Oh,
me
boy.
to save things because I would be up shit creek, as it were.
I guess we weren't supposed to follow her.
No, you were. I just didn't get ready.
Yeah,
This is map. This is like Mercer in the back, hurriedly like getting his map together.
That's right.
Correct. And the map's ready. I just
Building the small
the
miniature
map that you
models.
all were on. Interestingly enough, ever since the Void trilogy, we have all new pogs for everyone because I imported all the art from D&D Beyond or the custom art
Nice,
that got
nice.
made. So
Oh, going in and updating all those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the
But-
map because I dragged in your characters.
Just a reminder, whenever you shop at our merch store,
Yeah.
use the code DICE Priority, all one word, to get a discount because we are sponsored.
Hashtag sponsored.
Alrighty, where are we using this map?
Yes.
Not the same temple, but a temple out somewhere out in the lonely,
God, those eyes.
evolent void. Yeah, it's not ideal.
I love those eyes
I mean,
so much.
depends on who you ask. I like the teeth floating in the distance.
Yep. 1 second.
That's another shirt I have. I'm working on.
Where's
Those
my-
are eyes when you have the right color contrast on them and you
Yeah, I
move over
know,
here.
right? It's
When
like,
you move
The
here, they
viewing
don't
angle.
look like eyes.
Uh
This angle.
I know. That's the first reaction I had the first time we saw this map. I'm like, what
It's like I
do you have
designed it.
happening here, Matthew?
Eyes.
Eyes and
Eyes,
teeth.
eyes, teeth.
Patrick and Stuart.
Alrighty. As you all come into this sudden plane shift, you settle on the top of some lonely, hopefully abandoned void temple with the denizens of the void floating distantly in space, and you see Spiny, as you all have lovingly called them, her, attacking menacingly attacking Pajin. Merkrag has come with you, and Pajin does not look too well for the wear, but you acted immediately, so that should help. I need y'all to roll initiative.
Woo!
Okay. And by the way, remember, you all still have Beacon of Hope.
And I think I still have my Guardians of Nature up, or whatever it was called. I'll figure that out here in a second. That's cocked.
I have a question that's weird.
What's up?
So, Pajin had Beacon of Hope from me when the plane shifting happened. Does that persist?
Yeah, she's
All
fine.
right, good, cool. It's all right. Not the best. It's okay.
Oh boy, y'all. This is less than ideal.
I have to take
I need to
a
find
task of what I have available. Is that too loud, or are we good?
I think it's fine.
I just have to grab something.
Ooh.
That is the part that I forgot to do.
You know, that's the thing I've missed about the void is the
Yes.
beautiful vistas, the floating mountains of
Oh,
teeth and
no.
flesh.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Where is this? This is here.
It's truly the best.
Okay. 2520. 2015.
15. No, I'm not going first. Come on.
Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You're not going first.
You're not.
No, I mean of us. Shite.
15 to 10.
11.
11.
Oh,
You have more decks than I do, so you
Yeah.
go first.
Sovellias.
4.
Okay.
shite.
That one.
Spelling your name with one L. Okay.
Nope.
Do any of us still
Get a wiggle on!
Do any of us still have Bardic Inspiration? Okay, who did you give
No,
that to
I
last?
I
Give
think
me
they've
one
been
and use
expended. I
Because
don't know.
Jean didn't have any, right?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, hey. Okay.
Everything's going great.
Just great, guys.
Does anyone remember if Murkrag dropped his resilient sphere? I don't think he did.
Well, he blinked out of it. He has blink active.
Well, yeah, but he's back in now. Okay, thanks.
I think maybe he hadn't moved out of it.
Cool. Thank you. This will be fun.
It will be.
I'm gonna say we're just rolling initiative, folks. Time-honored tradition in D&D. What's his name?
Just to, point it out, because it does potentially give you an out. Could he have plane shifted if he were in the resilient sphere?
Probably not through because it's touch. So he would have dropped it to come with. Perfect.
Okay.
He's got 11 hit points, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
I'm going to say he will drink a potion between those times and heal up a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, we did
Heal
have
up the max.
a few seconds.
Would I have been able to give him a healing word?
Sure.
Maybe. So it's a 10.
Thank you.
Yep, I'll mark it.
All right, he's doing better now. So you quickly, because it was a kind of a round of combat, and then whoosh, appear in the void. At the top of initiative, Murkrag.
Get him, Murkrag!
Interesting choices in spells, Murkrag. That's all I'm going to say. You're watching.
There's a lot of judgment coming from the DM.
Is Misty Step helpful here?
He should have blink active still, right?
What?
He should have blink active still.
Yeah, thank you. I'm aware.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure if you, yeah, never mind.
Not a single offensive spell.
Disintegrate. He has disintegrate.
It's already cast. Thank you again.
Ah!
Got it, actually.
He doesn't have any more?
He didn't regain it.
At this
He had
level,
shocking
only get
grasp.
one supply.
It was a one
Get up
shot.
there,
you know?
Get him.
It was a one shot for him.
Wow. I love it. I
I
think it's great, actually. I don't have a ton of offensive spells.
There's a reason they're non-benefits and eligible.
That's right.
They are going
Just
to
like
do
a
this.
regular
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. They are going to take cover behind a statue.
Oh, that's right. I was forgetting which level disintegrate was for a minute. That's right. He only has one casting of it. Fuck.
Yep.
Damn.
What are these? Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. And then they are going to cast the cantrip Create Bonfire underneath the Spiny. Spiny fails and will take 3d8 fire damage.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
That is nice.
All right. So he has an offensive cantrip. He has
There we
2.
go.
7 points of damage. That's Murkrag's turn. Spiny was hurt. In fact, I remember their health total exactly.
Was it close to bloody?
They are bloody now.
Nice.
That's when my Paragon class feature kicks in.
Okay, Midgard Lang's turn. They are going to do this. 5, 10, 15, 20, I don't know what, 25, 30. They didn't have to walk around. They have one more. And they're going to pop a shot at Spiny. They are going to miss. Goes wide. Initiative count 16. It's going to be Spiny's turn.
Oh no.
Actually, at the end of Midgard. No, yeah. Because they would have used them. Okay, so Spiny's turn. Oh, y'all. What do we say, huh?
Not
Let's look at-
today?
Nope, that's not what we say.
Damn.
Let's look at what spells
Yeah.
Sovellias has.
Oh.
I can tell you all the spells.
Nope, I got you, buddy. Don't worry.
They are numerous and all terrible to be used against us.
Sure are.
If I was in a fight with me, I would not want to be in a fight with me.
Well,
Weird.
Yep.
here we are.
Huh.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna move me up next to Clokey if that's okay. Because I would have been next to Clokey, right?
Was Clokey out?
No.
No. But can we just
Okay.
put me where Clokey was then? Is that okay?
I just kind of placed you randomly. I could say, yeah, you can move. You can move there. That's fine.
I'm still within 60 feet, but
I understand.
Yeah.
Let's see here, y'all. Let me just pull up one thing. I am being a good boy.
don't know what
And
that
making
means.
sure I'm taking note of everything going on. Nothing wrong with taking an extra few minutes. Okay,
that's right.
Spiny is going to make 4 attacks against Pajine. Daylight's not around.
Right.
You can see them because you do not rely on normal dark vision.
Right.
Pajine cannot see them because they have normal dark vision.
Oh, that's a great thing to know.
So this creature is invisible to everyone but Gilly right now.
Yep.
Okay.
But they can see Pajine, so that's good, right?
Yeah, there's no reason they can't see Pajine. 1 hit. 1 miss. Natural 20. 1 crit. 1 miss. So 1 hit, 1 miss, 1 crit, 1 miss. That's all 4 attacks.
Did that non-crit?
Pajine goes unconscious.
With the non-crit, would I be able to cutting words?
You can try. Yeah.
All right, I'll try it. With my bardic inspiration.
Pajine goes unconscious.
Fuck.
I
I tried.
I was about the shot.
No.
You leave her oh, fuck.
So a flurry of attacks from Spiny, from all the spines that kind of, her arms are spines, her back has spines protruding out of it. She's kind of a creature of both flesh and void, and she just lays into Pajine with a flurry of attacks. Pajine doesn't have any get up from 0 effects. That's Spiny's turn. Gilly!
Well,
Excuse me,
I'll
sorry.
start with a... I guess I'll start with a mass healing word. So, get Pajine back up. Everyone gets 10.
Nice.
I'll take that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I don't need that. Okay, so that's that. And then with my action, I will use...
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll just use another 2 charges. Ooh! Because Spiny shouldn't have shield up anymore.
Nope.
So, 2 charges from the wand. That's 4. Right? That's 44
Ought to be.
plus 4. Am I doing math right? Well. Okay. 9 plus 4, so 13 points of damage. Force damage.
Could you say that one more time?
13 points of force damage.
Alrighty. So with that, I don't know why I asked. They are going to shield.
That's fine.
They harmlessly bounce off. They are reacting from last round when they very much regretted not shielding, so they're just going to react that way. That's fine.
It's fine. Can I... No, I won't. Thank you.
That's your action.
No, I'm petty. Can I counterspell the shield?
Generally, we don't let people who are casting a spell also counterspell.
Okay, I couldn't
Gets
remember.
weird.
Okay,
Can I
that's fine.
counterspell the shield?
Yeah.
You can't see them.
Oh, I can't.
correct.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
right.
Sorry.
Never mind. No, you're right.
There are levels of pettiness I'm willing to accept here.
Is that your action? That's your bonus action. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm gonna move myself just to try to gain some cover, but that's really it. That's all I've got.
Okay. I can't access it at this time. Fuck me. Alright. Justice.
I'm gonna try to get some.
I'm actually, since we were tied at an 11, I'm gonna let you go first.
Go for it.
Okay, daylight.
Alright.
My last 3rd level spell, we're gonna send some daylight out there, basically just to light up the whole thing. So,
Use its reaction, so can't counterspell.
yeah, I know.
Fantastic.
And then I still have Guardians of Nature, so I still have 15 feet of difficult terrain around me for my enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Could be like that.
This is really not reacting well.
Yeah, let me slap that on you there.
So I'm gonna make a mistake, and
15.
I'm gonna, yeah.
You've got to imagine our shock.
I'm gonna make a mistake. Wow. Wow.
Because I've got my little aura around me now, so I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna block all of this space in the middle.
Nice. Zone control.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so that was a 3rd level spell. I can use a 1st level spell, right?
First or second, yeah.
Perfect. Then I'm gonna go ahead and cure wounds myself and give myself 12 hit points.
Okay.
Maximize.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not having to roll for healing and just doing max is super nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah, because it gives me
Thinking of
more. So that was my action, my move, and my bonus action. Justice.
Cool.
So with the casting of daylight, the light sends itself out throughout the void, and you see creatures that were lingering around you scatter when the daylight comes around. Mostly small. Some are kind of fairly large, but they just fly away.
No,
And the voidling is
attract anything
revealed.
else.
It's fine.
Fine.
You needed to do this.
I know.
Yeah.
So we can deal with it and get out quickly.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Let us not linger in the void.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
a great
That didn't work
idea.
out well last time.
No, it sure didn't.
At
Hey.
the end of
Advantage on
that
sensitive,
turn.
so.
Perfect. Okay, I found one. At the end of your turn, what is going to happen is Spiny is going to cast a spell.
Counterspell.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay. No, you.
I
Use this
made
one.
my mistake.
No, this one.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Standing
this one.
between you guys
Okay,
and anything
alright,
is
this
always
one.
a mistake.
You got it. You got this. Yes.
Standing between me and the pudding was a mistake. You'll regret it.
26.
Alrighty. The greater invisibility that Spiny was going to cast on themselves is dispersed. So 4th and 5th.
I'll just wag my finger. Oh no. No, you don't.
You didn't say the magic word.
You didn't say please.
Justice, now it is your turn.
I will use my incredible movement to get into base-to-base contact with it.
Okay.
And then I am going to start making my attacks upon it. She is conscious, so yeah. That is gonna miss. That first one's a 14 to hit.
Okay. I think I do a blade song up.
That second one is a 25 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay.
Their AC is 25
Alrighty.
right now because they have blade song and they
And
have shield.
Shield. Yeah.
Alrighty. So that is 7 plus 5 is 12 plus 5 is 17 points of damage. I think that's it.
Please tell me the types again.
Psychic.
Oh, that's right. You're shadow blading it.
Yep. My
17.
Yep. And
Alright.
then I'm going to just use martial arts to make another attack on it.
Okay.
That is that's a higher to hit than the last time.
Works for me.
Nice.
You know what I love about, like, not to shill too hard, but the tokens, the subscriber tokens you get for on a D20 Modern are literally a gift. They're literally saving me right now.
All right, so 6 points of necrotic.
Okay, they resist. Yeah. Go ahead.
And then 10 points of magical bludgeoning.
Magical bludgeoning.
Yep, and then 4 points of electricity.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. So you step up to the creature and get one attack in through the shield. Third, and then that third attack also goes in, surpassing AC at 25. And you do damage. It resists the necrotic and the lightning, but you do some damage.
Perfect. And that is my turn.
Okay. I believe she used one legendary resistance. If memory, she did. That is right.
The scale of the mistakes is.
I know.
Are we nitpicking language in chat?
No, we're just talking about
No.
how everything we do is a mistake.
Oh.
It's just
Yeah.
We're having
Yeah.
it could be better.
Yeah.
Matt.
Liz
We're
said that
having
every
a-
move she makes in this game is a mistake, and I said, well, at least you didn't birth Spiny.
No.
Like, the scale of the mistakes
Every
is
choice I
different.
make is a mistake.
Just let the general of hell out.
Whoops.
Well,
I mean, you didn't do it on. It's not like you made a deal with them.
True.
do it.
At least I didn't let him do it. He
Right.
just murdered me to do it.
It's
You
true.
didn't make a deal with Mrs. Kilgas to let her stay in the material plane and gain power
Hey, you know
to
what?
enable the fact that she, like, was able to be in the position to make sure the General of Hell was released.
Alright, well, I feel better about my mistakes now.
Moving right along. Justice, that was your turn.
Yes.
Selena, you did your thing.
I did, thank you.
Pajine has her wings up.
Mm-hmm. And is up at 10 hit points.
Yeah, she sure is.
I don't think she had used any of her own.
Yeah,
Like-
she's got it all on D&D Beyond, thankfully.
That's good.
She's gonna heal herself.
Put all her
makes
lay on
sense.
hands in there.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can sneak up behind her and do a freedom of movement my next turn.
There you go.
Sneak back.
Lay on hands.
Heal
Where are
myself
you,
some
baby?
more.
She's gonna spend. I think she is. She knows that y'all have the healing stuff on lock. I don't think she's saving her points. She dumps 15 in there.
Nice.
Good.
And then she can use your bonus action to patient defense.
Perfect.
She has two key points left.
Welcome to the club.
But she's got smites,
Yeah.
so that's good.
You know what? Actually, no. If I was playing her, and I think based on the things that I know about Pajine, she uses her bonus action to disengage. Oh, yes, they can disengage. Dash or disengage with Step of the Wind. She's going to Step of the Wind and get the hell out of there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They are going to end in Midgar Lang, and they're going to pull out the gun that they have.
Nice.
That is their turn.
All right.
All right. Sovellias.
Alright, I am going to... Dang, I don't think I can get close enough. So I can get to there, which doesn't do much for me. And then I will try a long shot and cast Final Vestige of a Fading Sun, back shot to try to blind her.
Okay.
If she's not completely resistant to it.
I mean, she is going to see if she
Con
saves.
17.
But she does fail, so she's blinded. However, she has true sight, so it doesn't
okay.
really affect her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, oh well. That's it. I'm done. Mistakes, as always. There's nothing else I could do. I don't have anything unless I'm in melee.
Understood.
Yeah, that's fine.
On initiative. Okay.
Here we go.
Rolled a natural one on initiative, but they're coming in real hot.
Oh boy.
There's this kind of cacophonous chittering of maws, and slithering of tentacles, and an echo throughout the top of this temple. Sovellias. as the Whispering Father, the God in the Void.
No! Oh no!
Yeah, it's real not good.
Oh
There's
no!
a reason she teleported to the Void, so she wouldn't be followed.
Oh no!
Kind of slithering out of these
wow.
smoke that curls like tentacles, writhing and withering, and the chittering of maws. They just have their fingers steepled as they look around. I appear to have unwelcome guests. You'll be dispensed with. They look over to you and they don't cast a spell.
Oh no.
They just look over to you, Gilly, and they fling their hand, and you can feel this telekinetic force start to overcome your body. I need you to make a strength check.
What?
Yep.
Check?
Yep, athletics. Could be athletics. I'll let that happen. I mean, it's a unproficient strength test. So take your strength modifier and add 2.
Yep.
What's that come up?
Yeah, it's already getting there. 7.
Okay. 7. They actually have to roll for this. They do make it. So you are restrained and you are gripped by telekinesis. So they have an ongoing telekinetic effect. They just fling their hand towards you, and you can feel yourself restrained and pushed over. They can move you 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's good enough for them. No, 31 more. And then they just drop you. So you become unrestrained and you fall into the void.
Can you feather me or something? Oh fuck. Okay, cool, fine,
Feather
fine.
fall won't help?
Never mind, that's
You'll fall
fine.
slower. She won't fall 500 feet into
That's
the void.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, then... Oh, God. So I don't have any first level slots left. Can I cast it with a second?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, feather fall.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
So you begin to drop like a brick, and then there's this kind of as a spectral feather floats underneath you and slows your rate of fall.
Unless Murkrag has it.
That's an excellent question.
That'd be funny.
They don't.
Yeah, of
Yep,
course
yep,
they don't.
of course not. Okay, cool. Cool.
They
cool,
took
cool,
commune
cool,
with
cool.
moss. Yeah.
Yeah, commune with moss. Commune with ducks.
Yeah.
Commune with toads.
Okay.
Or frog.
That is the Whispering Father's turn. Murkrag's turn. Murkrag is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, and then being an orc, is going to jump.
What?
They 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and they catch you, and you can hear them start to cast a spell, and they cast Dimension Door.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fuck.
Thanks, James.
And you appear. They would want to keep you within 60.
Yeah.
You appear, well, right there. Behind the big water pool with some cover.
Okay.
Kind of there.
That changes what I was gonna do.
Cool.
That's their turn.
I was gonna use Cloaky to fly me around, but now I don't have to expend those resources.
Midgar Lang's turn. Midgar has a rifle, and it's like, that's funny. I just remembered I left my washing machine running. And he begins to walk towards you all. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, actually, he'd stay back. And he's going to cast, he is going to jump off. 5, 10. You see him just fall off the side into the void, and then he casts Etherealness. And disappears.
Thanks, Midgar.
We'll see.
This is what I get for only buying the platinum
I
membership.
know he's probably doing something, but like, it really looks like we've been abandoned.
At the end of Midgar's turn, the Whispering Father is going to point at you, Selena.
I was invited back.
Should have taken the deal. He points a finger past you.
Oh shit. Okay.
Sovellias, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as the Whispering Father begins to cast Disintegrate.
Yep.
Shit.
Oh, God. Is that cocked or not?
here's the test. Like
I mean,
it
it's a metal
lands.
dice.
It lands. So I would say no.
Okay. Perfect.
It was
I trust your judgment.
pretty landed.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, that's what I was asking, like, because it's kind of like.
Oh,
on
I
the
thought you were
side.
asking about this
no,
one.
I'm talking about that one.
That
it's like
one.
kind of on the side, like not on the side.
Oh,
Yeah,
that one
because
I
it was, like,
couldn't
up
tell.
like that. That's fine. We'll just say it's not. I'll fail. 7. Yep. Depending on how much damage he rolls, this will kill me.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Does no one is close enough to do counterspell?
No
Did
one
you-
has reactions.
Oh, what did you?
Let me
have
double
to
check,
roll?
actually.
Hmm?
Oh! Murkrag!
I thought he was out of range.
Murkrag, you son of a bitch. Murkrag on the die!
Oh my god!
Murkrag looks over. Oh, that's me! He throws out a counter spell. Spiny does not have their reaction back yet, so they will not
That's
counter
right.
spells.
That's
Murkrag
right, they
counter
can't.
spell.
Oh my god!
That was it.
Just
I
out of
just
curiosity,
assumed
can
that
you
he was
roll
out
the
of range.
damage?
Oh,
Because
gross.
I want to see.
How close it was
72.
gonna be.
Yep. That was it. I am at 68 HP.
Oh! That was just one of the Whispering Father's legendary actions.
Oh
Fuck,
boy!
oh fuck, oh fuck.
Spiny's turn. Spiny looks down at you, Justice. And kind of eyes you. They are going to make 4 attacks at you. 26.
Hit.
14.
Miss.
22.
Hit.
Natural 20.
That hits.
No, it misses.
3 out of 4.
Great.
Critical hits actually miss Justice.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a rogue feature.
Yeah,
When
it's
you
not a
combine
bug,
them
it's a
on, gets
feature.
rogue. Gets it.
Getting real in here, y'all.
These count as melee attacks, right?
They do.
Yeah.
You are going to take 10, 11, 10,
Do we
11.
remember how
So you're going
to-
to take 20 points of slashing,
Mhm.
22 points of necrotic.
Okay.
And then for the crit, so 20 and 22, so that's 42.
Yep.
So then the crit is going to be plus 4 is 14.
Rolls too high, it misses. That's exactly right, Levi.
That's right. That's right.
It goes over his head.
You're going to take 14 points of slashing
Uh-huh.
and 22 points of necrotic.
So 14 plus 22 is
26.
26.
So you took 66 points of damage total.
I am unconscious.
Okay.
But I
Did
have,
that second attack strike your unconscious bot?
No.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah. I have. Okay, I got a thing.
All right.
I got a thing.
So a flurry of attacks comes down on you. 4 spine attacks, and she just says, "Unimpressive,"
What do you
as
mean
you
I have
fall.
anything?
It's a secret. But if you can get me up before my turn, that's also good.
I think we're alone now.
Okay.
Gilly, it's your turn.
Right? Just
Oh.
constantly. Okay, so again, just constant triage. I think we're doing another mass healing word.
That's
So,
another 10, right?
Another 10.
Yay, I'm up.
Make sure I'm marking that. Where is it?
I think you all are doing really well.
I would have said that until the Whispering Father
I don't think I've hit anything.
And then, Murkrag is like right here with me. So, how bad is Murkrag?
40 some odd hit points. It's all right for a wizard.
I don't have a ton else to do with a second level or less. So, I'm just going to pump, as my action, I will put a first level. Yeah, I guess I'll just put a first level Cure Wounds. That's a D8, right? Yeah.
Mm.
So, Murkrag will take an extra 14 points of healing.
Okay. So 24 total?
Yeah.
They're doing great. They're at full, basically.
Good.
4 away from full.
One less person I have to worry about.
Let me double check something.
Who am I?
So that's your action and a bonus action. Is there anything else you want to do? Do you want to move?
I want to be within counterspell distance of the Whispering Father, but that's it. So I'll just put myself on the other side of Murkrag, I think.
Okay. Probably a pretty good position. A little
That's
bit of
it.
cover.
Yeah, a little bit of cover, but also,
At the end, oh god, at the end of Gilly's turn, I don't think they care. Yeah, they don't really care. At the end of y'all's turn, the Whispering Father is going to cast a spell with a legendary action.
counterspell.
Okay,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know
Roll.
if it matters, but it's 4th level.
Oh, okay. That does not matter this time, but thank you
Okay.
for letting me know. Go ahead and cast it. They are casting... what the fuck is it called? I know which one it is. It's 5th level. Collapse of a Yearning Titan.
Plus 8. 19.
You counterspell it.
God.
Delightful parlor tricks. Justice, it's your turn.
I feel so sick right now. This is real bad.
I'm going to click my my boots together,
Okay.
and I'm going to teleport over behind Gilly and Murkrag. 60
Okay.
feet away. The Whispering Father and Spiny need to make me dexterity saving throws.
Okay. Whispering Father fails. Spiny succeeds with a 20.
Alright, they both take, I believe it's only 3d6.
Are these your boots? Stormtroopers? 3d6.
How big is the range on that?
60 feet.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
massive.
wow.
It's like a strike of lightning that arcs out.
They take 8 points of electricity damage.
Okay.
Roll pretty
You
shitty.
see that the Whispering Father is resistant.
And then I'm going to use my action to drink my Greater Healing Potion, gaining 20 more hit points.
Okay.
And I will say, as I'm teleporting, Midgard, if you're going to get us out of here, now would be the time.
Well, except Spiny ain't dead.
Well, I mean...
How bad is Spiny looking?
They are still fast bloodied. They're injured.
Okay.
With enough focus fire, you could probably take them down.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Justice, that was your turn. At the end of Justice's turn, Spiny is going to use their action, or legendary action, excuse me, correctly here. What is this? Oh, this is A-Light. To... Yeah, they're just going to make a single spine attack at you, Sovellias. 25.
Yep.
Okay. You take 10 points of slashing and 11 points of necrotic. Selena.
I'm gonna pull out my puzzle box that I bought from Goblin Society Games,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna have that in one hand ready to open it. And I'm gonna cast Polymorph on Spiny.
Okay, let me check something. You would know this, they are mutable.
Ah,
Can't be
fuck
polymorph.
me. Really?
Yeah,
God damn it. Okay, I would know this.
yep.
Shit. Okay, I can't do what I wanted to do then.
You're gonna pop them in the puzzle box?
I was gonna make him a chicken and put him in the puzzle box.
That's awesome. You know what? No, yeah. Spiny still would be.
Okay. Then if I knew that, I wouldn't drop my Guardians of Nature to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I would go ahead and resistant to necrotic, but it's a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and blight Spiny.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe that's a success. They rolled an 18.
Shit.
Yeah, that's going to succeed.
Okay, and blight is
8d8.
8d8 and half as much on damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then they'll have again, so it's not great, but something. 10, 16, 26, 28, 36 halved is 18.
18, yep. Halved again is 9.
Okay, so 9 points of necrotic damage. And then on my turn, I will give myself another healing word and give myself 8 more points of healing.
Okay.
Unless someone else needs it significantly.
I think you're the worst for wearer.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think you are.
Or Justice.
Pagine, really. I think it's either you or Pagine, probably.
Okay.
Well, or Justice.
I'm doing okay now. If I get hit
Oh,
with
yeah,
a...
Pagine's pretty ruined.
Pagine is pretty bad, I think.
She's at 25.
Oh,
It's
yeah, I
not
pulled
great.
most
She's
of her.
right.
Wait, I think I forgot 10 because you did mass healing word, right? Last
Yeah,
time? Gilly?
I did.
Got her. She's 35.
I'm still gonna heal myself because now I can survive a disintegrate.
'Kay.
So...
Yeah, next there.
That's good.
Goodbye, Pagine.
Yeah.
We're just picking between yourself and Pagine.
Well, I think it's more picking between who can survive and
Right.
disintegrate.
Exactly.
Either
There's
or
no
one of them.
chance.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No chance or one
Yeah.
of them.
Pagine can at least, use
She's
evasion.
an NPC.
She can,
That sounds
She can at
terribly
least use
metagamey,
evasion.
but yeah.
I mean,
Um,
she's not.
Evasion
Okay.
only counts to effects that are halved on successes. It doesn't actually apply to disintegrate.
really? Does that only?
Yeah.
Oh,
Disintegrates all or nothing.
Okay.
Which is terrible. I hate it.
Then
I know. I looked.
I'm gonna
That's
continue standing where I'm standing. I'm not gonna move.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not moving towards the group for an old plane shift? Everyone has to be touching for plane shift?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Let me run 30 feet that direction.
Look, I'm good here. No!
No!
I'm not.
You look back over and see the whispering father. Oh, yeah.
Do you wanna... The only way to really kind of get to touching is like to swim in the pool. Do you want to do that? I'm just asking. Or are you going to skirt along the side towards the edge of the void? It's up to you. Do you want to be in the eyeball pool or the edge of the void?
Stuck between void pool
Quote that.
and
Do you want to be in the eyeball pool or the edge of the void?
I didn't say they were malevolent eyeballs.
all eyeballs?
We'll
on the
go
We should
left.
assume everything here's
The
below.
eyeball pool. We'll we'll dip a toe into the pool
Oh.
instead of falling
So
in
she
the
just
water.
starts wading into the, well, actually, yes!
Because it doesn't bother me.
Yes, you're just...
And I can go straight through it at
Yeah,
regular
it is
speedage.
technically natural. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are like
The vitreous
in there.
humor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Pat.
not great, but you're in there.
Yeah.
I was just imagining, what
Yeah.
if, like, the effect of the eyeball pool is any part of your skin that touched it turns to eyeballs? So just,
Oh God!
would
Don't
be
give
amazing.
the
I'm
man
serious.
ideas. All right.
Can you have tentacle eyes again?
That's
So you
amazing.
swayed into this kind of viscous pool of water, but you're not slowed down because of your druidic powers, being a high-level druid, and you are able to kind of touch Murkrag, touch Gilly, etc. That is your turn. Oh! At the end of Selena's turn, the Low Spring Father is going to use their last legendary action. You did not raise my child to maturity. You'll soon understand what it means to fail me.
Oh no! Run.
And they point over to Pagine.
oh no.
Pagine, they are going to cast Disintegrate at Pagine.
And it hasn't been your turn yet, Rob, right?
No.
Okay,
It
just
has
checking.
not.
She was really pushing it.
They're going to make a dexterity
That
saving
was
throw.
bad.
It's not great.
Plus 7.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
It's a natural 1.
And you get advantage on wisdom from Beacon of Hope, right?
Yeah, that's not.
Not dexterity.
Right, not dexterity.
Okay.
gonna just take a quick scroll. Yeah, she goes. There is this solid beam of force that smacks Pujine straight in the chest, and she's just dust. And Murkrag goes. Well, actually, Murkrag. Oh, Murkrag has been Murkrag.
Yeah, it hasn't been his turn yet.
Because the only one that hasn't used their reaction is Lang, but I don't think he has anything.
Pujine just goes.
He's also ethereal right now.
Is this?
There are worse things than dying, Sovellias.
We're looking at it.
It's not Pujine's turn anymore.
Oh.
As he erases her from the initiative.
Oh boy.
Hey.
Sovellias, it's your turn.
I think
The
she
guilt
would.
trip, man.
I think we would all. She will rest better knowing that she didn't get consumed and give Spiny more powers. We can take solace in that.
So you're all pretty far away, but you see Sovellias' eyes flash with rage. And so I will move towards the middle and then Steel Wind strike them both.
Oh.
Okay. Make your 2 attacks. The first one's at advantage.
So the first one will be on Spiny.
a good thing you had the
26.
That does hit. You can't shield out of it.
Alright. And then the second attack,
Whispering Father.
23.
23 just hits.
Alright.
Fuck him up!
Just gonna like.
And so hold on, sorry. 60, 10.
You actually saw from their dexterity save, they're not a very lithe individual.
Yeah.
Are they in the chair?
No, they're standing.
Okay.
I don't know if that creeps me out more or not.
24.
Okay, the force damage strikes true.
And then I get the extra attack.
You do. It would have to be before. It's either before or after you teleport. It's up to you.
So it'd be after them, because
Okay.
I'm not next to anyone
Mm-hmm.
until after. So that is a 20 to hit Spiny.
That hits.
Your finger was in the way.
Were you going to use obliterating wake or anything like that?
Actually, I could, because nobody else is around me, so I will
There you
use
go.
that as well. Because all the times I have to use it, everyone's surrounded at that point, or I don't want to hit Justice.
You
Yep.
fucked up your own D8 roll.
Did I?
You did. Your hand was like in the way while it was rolling.
6, 7, 8, 9. 9 points.
Okay.
Force. Piercing force.
Which
Alright,
is
and then obliterating departure.
Yes.
10 feet of me. They make a con saving throw against my spell's DC, so con 17.
That's hot.
Spiny fails.
Yes.
Whispering Father fails.
Nice.
Yes.
I don't think he's affected, because he's too far away.
Yeah, but Spiny is.
Spiny is.
So it's going to be 5d6 force damage because it's 1d6 for every level of the spell.
Do you need more mic?
No.
He's got it.
8,
Yeah.
10, 14.
Okay, thank you. Spiny is not doing well at all. They are on their last leg.
And then when I
Tentacle.
finish, I'll finish there. And I use 15 feet of movement, so I have another
25.
25. So I will move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? Unless you want to count that as squeezing.
Nope.
Alright.
It's just precarious movement. Okay.
Precarious.
That
You
is my
can all
turn.
touch now.
At the end of your turn, Spiny is going to use legendary actions, 2 of them, to cast a spell at you all clumped up there.
Yeah.
Counter spell.
It goes as you see this little bead of fire start to
Yep.
and fly forward. Sovellias throws out a
Putting
hand.
my hands out, just waiting.
Trying to absorb the fire. Start the fire!
I want that 6 points of damage.
With the
Completely
grabby
worth
hands.
It's cold in space. Give me the warmth.
Man, I wish.
Whispering Father's turn. Top of the round, they gain all their actions back. They're going to float away a little bit because they understand how magic works. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5. Oh, they can. What am I saying? They teleport with their move action.
Of course they do.
Yeah, of course.
You see them just floating high in the void above this temple. I do believe.
It's not great.
Okay. Just double checking something. So yes, plenty of range. They cast a spell over you all, and a very thick, viscous kind of darkness, because you can actually see through it, Gilly.
Great.
The maddening darkness settles over you. It's a 60-foot radius sphere.
Oh my god.
Does it block out daylight?
It sure does. It's an 8th level spell, so it just
Oh.
comes over
Did
it.
we? I don't know if we did or not. Did we skip Murkrag?
No,
Okay, okay.
I got it. Let's see here. 60-foot radius sphere.
I feel like we need to make a saving throw for this. I
Just
don't
with
know
all the
what it is.
legendary actions, I got a little confused as to whether or not Murkrag got his
Order
turn.
and stuff, yeah.
And it can be. Oh, and it can get cast even though there's daylight. That sucks.
Oh, yeah. So they're going to backshot it, basically not enveloping Spiny.
What
Do
is
it this
this?
way. It's an 8th level spell.
It's neat.
So the darkness settles over you, and I shall read you. Shrieks, gibbering, and mad laughter can be heard within the sphere. Whenever a creature starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw or take 8d8 psychic damage, or half as much on a successful save. So the darkness settles around you. You are effectively blinded because it is dark. The magical darkness. It cuts out the daylight because it's lower level, and that is the Whispering Father's turn. Top of the round, Murkrag is gonna make a Wisdom saving throw.
Beacon of Hope.
Thank you. They need that advantage. They make it.
Good.
Nice.
So they are going to take half.
I feel like Zuckerberg, like
They're going to take
robotic
19 points of psychic damage.
Oh my.
That is the top of their turn. They're like, I can't see shit. All right. I believe that's how Murkrag talked.
Yes. Okay. Eldritch Blast doesn't have sight. It's just within range.
Correct.
Mhm.
It's still an attack roll, but it'll be a disadvantage, but you can at least make the attack. Murkrag's like, I can't see anything. And they're going to cast a spell and hold it.
We would dispel it.
I can certainly try.
Midgar's turn. Midgar will not be there at the top of the round. Midgar is going to, you hear, they are going to appear right here. They go, oh, I can't see anything. Hands. And you can feel him start feeling around. He's like, we need to get out of here. But first, we gotta take care of business. And you feel him cast a spell and he holds it.
Okay.
Once Spiny's down, we're running.
Agreed.
So he pops out of the etherealness in space. You guys can't see it, but you can feel it. And he lands his kind of large yet squat form. Spiny's turn. Spiny can see y'all. Spiny's gonna float away. Get out of counterspell range.
Shite.
Hoping to be. And then they are just going to lob a fireball into the darkness. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
Good. Woo! Oh wow. Yeah, I'm good. Fuck
I
me.
am done with this dice.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It has screwed me every
18.
time.
7. I'll ask.
Sorry,
Hold on,
sorry.
folks. What is
You're
your
real-
DC?
I need a reason to roll all these pretty d6s.
Okay, Sovellias.
7.
So you are going to take 32 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Gilly,
26.
16 points of fire damage. Justice,
18.
you're going to take 16 points of fire damage.
0.
So you use your reaction to...
Yeah.
So go ahead and describe it.
So I reach out like as the flames go. Normally where I would just like spiral kind of out of the way of the flames, I allow them to hit the gloves and they like kind of around me.
Selena.
Something less than 10.
Okay.
No, 11.
32 points of fire
Absorb
damage.
elements.
Okay.
Similar
There you go,
to...
there you go.
Gilly ducks. The rest of you are like, ah! Ah!
I do have absorb elements, don't I? I should
So that's
like
16.
that.
That halves it, right?
But we're gonna need a counter spell.
I know. Well, I can't see
They're out of the
anything.
range, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Alrighty.
Can I use it after? Is that okay still?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
care.
I didn't know. If
I
it
feel like that's how we've
passed
always
already.
played for damage.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
I
within
haven't
the turn.
used it.
There's some
Ages.
interactions, you know. That was Spiny's turn. Gilly, you're the only one in your party who can see through this mess. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw at the beginning of your turn.
Okay.
Don't.
Hang on. Hold on. First, okay. Order of operations. I need to make a concentration check
Okay, for
because
Beacon.
I took damage.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, I handily make that. So I do have an advantage on the roll. So I'm gonna make the roll. Probably won't make it, but 13.
Yeah. You take 33 points of psychic damage. And you should make a concentration saving throw.
33 points of psychic. Fuck. Okay. Reroll ones. Concentration. 17.
Yeah,
I
you
think
make
that
it.
does it, right?
You just buy one.
Just by one. Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Beacon of Hope is still up, y'all.
Alright, so what would you like to do with your turn?
Okay, it's my turn. I've gotten real bad. How bad does it look to me? How bad does Spiny look to me?
He said last legs earlier.
Yep. That's still accurate. Very low double digits.
Shit.
These are the moments that define you. It's getting real in here, y'all. They're fighting a
Yeah.
demigod.
But it just got its reaction back.
Who?
Spiny.
They're out of counterspell range.
Yeah, they're not out of shield range. That's not range.
Yeah.
Not, all I've got is magic missile, which they can shield.
That's all you got.
Takes up their reaction.
It does.
You don't have any snowballs left?
They're resistant to cold,
I mean,
but
Even if there is, it's damage is damage is damage.
yeah, damage is damage is damage. One second. Let me just try to make sure that I'm remembering all of my resources real quick.
Yeah. I can't remember if I gave you Ice Storm. No, I didn't give you Ice Storm. So I gave you Sleet Storm.
Yeah, I have Sleet Storm, not Ice Storm. Fuck me. I guess I'm using... Alright. It's a second level spell.
Okay.
I will do that.
Okay.
I will cast the snowballs at Spiny.
Okay.
It's 18 dexterity saving throw.
25.
So half.
Mm-hmm.
9.
They take 4 points of. I mean, that's a lot. They honestly, had they failed, they would have made a legendary resistance out of it because that's how hurt they are.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Getting there.
Okay. And then I guess with my bonus action, I'll mass healing word us at fuck it 5th level.
Okay.
So what is that? 18 points.
Yeah. Poor Pagine.
It's not usually how I do that, but okay.
Everyone take your 18.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Salty, for the subscription.
Thank you.
Hey, Salty.
And
And
reminder,
then-
folks, if you're enjoying tonight's stream, follow and subscribe, support us so we can keep doing this.
And then
14
I'm
months
going
in a
to
row.
It's beautiful.
let's see. Hang on. I'm trying to. Come on. Everything is going so slow for me. I'm sorry. I will move up here.
Midgar says, hands. Just for comedic effect. He doesn't know where you're going.
He can't see me either.
No. That's why he's like, hands. No,
Okay.
where are you going?
Okay, I'm just in it. I'm just in it.
Alright.
I'm just in it. And actually,
How
I
far
think
is
I'm
the
too
screen?
far away for
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I can't counterspell him, but I can counterspell Spiny. So that's
Okay. Justice, it's your turn.
That's where
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
let
be.
Selena go before me.
Selena.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and Eldritch Blast, and it's not sight-based, so I don't think I have disadvantage.
You do because it's an attack roll and you're blinded. Sight isn't relevant to that particular interaction. It just allows you to attack the fact that it's not sight-based.
So you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Alright.
Did you have any charges of the...
But I just have regular. It's just a regular hit because I have advantage on my Dex and my Wisdom things right now. Because
that's how
of
we've been
guardian
doing
nature.
it, yes.
So, you just make 3 regular attack rolls. Let's see if I can make this shit happen. Because I was going to use Fireball, but legendary resistances, they can't
Yeah,
still
resist. But they can't resist. Legendary resist these, hopefully.
Correct their attacks.
Maybe, so 18, 19, and 13 to hit.
They're going to use their reaction to shield.
Oh, Christ.
Wait, sorry, what were the rolls?
18, 19, and 13?
Oh, those all miss.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of Blade Song.
Okay. Alright. Then, as my bonus action, let me do one more thing. Are you really at 33?
Oh, did it not? Sorry, hold on.
It's okay.
The heal didn't go through.
Got it.
There we
That's
go.
fine.
I'm at 51.
Okay, then I'm gonna Healing Word Justice. 8 points to you
Thank you.
is my bonus action. And then I'm just going to keep up Guardians of Nature. Touch everyone in the darkness.
Hands.
Hands.
Justice.
Oh, man. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move forward to where I am out of the darkness. Like, I can, because I have enough movement to get out there and then move back and be in contact with Gilly. It keeps on like fading in and out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a roll 20ism.
Yeah.
You're going to go over here?
Yeah, because I think with 55 feet of movement, I think I can get out and then get back to Gilly, maybe. If not... No, I can't. Never mind.
No.
That would be disadvantage. So I'm just going to move... I can't get double disadvantage. I'm going to move up closer to it, within 60 feet, and I'm going to chuck the shadow dagger at her.
Okay.
I also owed you a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and
22.
make that. 22. You're going to take half. Or actually, you're going to take all, sorry.
Oh, you need to make one too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
28 points of psychic damage, Selena.
28.
I'll do that.
And then go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
With advantage. That's an 8. I think 9, 10. I take the damage.
36 points of psychic damage.
Thank the gods for all that healing before. I'm gonna use my gloves to capture the psychic damage. So I'm gonna move forward, and then I'm going to chuck the shadow blade at her with disadvantage.
I mean, okay, go for it. Yeah, I support you.
Because I can't you know.
I support you.
Yeah. That is a 18 to hit.
Any inspiration or anything?
I don't know when it goes.
Nope.
If you have inspiration marked, it means it would have been within the last 10 minutes.
I don't.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Unfortunately. So.
That will miss.
Man, that would have been a 36 if it would have been with advantage or not. So yeah, the shadow blade just goes soaring past her.
Okay.
That's
your first attack. Oh, it disappears, doesn't it? 'Cause of the shadow.
Yeah, I think I can make it reappear with like a bonus action or something. Actually,
will you do that?
Yeah. And then.
Whatever we got.
Oh god, the computer wants to restart. Remind me tomorrow. Yes. Good. We're just gonna do a Windows update real quick.
21 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, thank God. So
They will shield this because they see that shadow dagger flying,
Counterspell.
and the shield shatters.
Yep. 15 points of psychic damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Finally.
So the I throw it, and as the dagger disappears, I go corkscrew spin around, and I send one underhand, and as she brings up the spell and it vanishes in front of her, it just right into her chest, leaving a contrail of smoke.
Do you do anything for the counter spell?
What do you mean? Oh, do I
Yeah. Do you scream anything? Should I sing or anything?
Gilly would probably say. I don't think so.
So as Spiny kind of brings all of her spines forward and forms this very powerful void-colored shield, this kind of black, dark starlight that radiates from her, you can see this counter magic just and bing! The shield shatters into a million pieces as the shadow dagger flies, and she had 15 hit points.
Oh my god!
Yes!
Holy shit!
And
The
she
snowball helped.
you just hear this scream, this blood-curdling scream and shriek as she kind of discorporates and twists inside of herself, and there's just this kind of TV blinking-like motion.
Go, go, go! Midgar, go! Because I'm the only one who can see it's dying.
Yes. Midgar goes, hands, hands, hands! And plane shifts. As that happens, you can see immediately there's this kind of javelin of void energy that is appearing behind the Whispering Father as they were about to use 3 of their legendary actions. And you can see this massive void javelin, almost the size of a dragon, and they hurl it at the space that you are at, and it just goes barreling down on you all, but the plane shift happens, and Midgar Lane takes you all out of there.
We've made choices, folks. Do we get to go see Lang now? Does he take us to Lang?
Nope.
Does he take us to a break?
I don't want to go to Lang. That's not a place I think we should ever go.
As the plane shift crackles and gives way, the immediate bite of cold hits your faces. And there's this kind of dusting of snow all around you. As you land back in the oldest temple, and Morgan and Astra are standing before you with Nafonway, and they're like, alright, can we get on with it? And with that, we're gonna go to break.
I'm literally shaking.
So good.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We are going to take a slightly earlier break because of narrative moments.
Yeah, I think that.
We'll be back in 15 or 20 minutes.
We need to go eat.
If you are enjoying tonight's stream,
Oh, good.
please follow, please subscribe, go to Twitter and retweet our retweets of the promo tweet. In our Discord, it's there too.
That's right.
Get your friends in here. And thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back for more episode 59 of Ghost in the Machine.
Oh my god.
Hold on a second. Hello, folks. We are back. Not
For
no
better or worse.
longer in the void. Oh, I didn't update the action tracker during the break. Oh, I'll let you know. We have no standards.
What is this? A void
Hold
tracker
on.
for
Wait.
AIDS?
Whenever now, thank you, Alexis. Now, whenever I forget to update the action tracker, just throw up that promo slide. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just like it's like taking a newspaper and laying it over your failures.
Wow.
Are you all out of newspaper? Or?
That's why my mom used to tuck me in the crib
With newspaper.
with newspaper just over the crib.
Wow. Wow.
It's really good insulation.
Yeah, paper. Yeah.
Yeah. If you've ever taken apart an old house, you see them as insulation.
The weirdest thing I've
That
seen.
and dead bodies.
Yeah, really
Well,
good insulation.
okay. We're not going to talk about the laundry chute and what was in that. So.
Oh, no. The weirdest thing I've ever seen taking apart an old house is they used to use horsehair to hold plaster together.
They
So
did?
tearing out plaster in an old house and seeing it held together by horsehair is kind of strange.
Yeah, it's the texture.
Makes you wonder, because hair doesn't really break down. Like, not much can break down hair. And so I wonder, where does all the hair go? Like,
Don't
in
we
the
just
world?
face the Whispering Father, and this is what we're talking
This
about?
is like nerves talking at the end.
Bob the Builder, can we fix it?
No, we can't.
Maybe that's why I have like a thing
We
about
really
hair.
can't.
Wow. I'm sorry?
What?
A thing about hair?
I get weirded out by hair.
You really do.
I don't like it. Like when it's
Never mind.
disassociated from the
Anyway,
person.
our trauma is this on display.
Moving way away from whatever is happening on that side of the table.
Thank you.
That corner of the table.
Thank you. Yeah.
We are back with them having narrowly escaped the void after confronting. They hunted down the apex predator and escaped the clutches of the Whispering Father. You return to the cold unending with the triumvirate of powerful femmes, women, kind of in unison, saying, "Are we ready to get on with it?" So, Prism, take it away.
Well, that could have gone slightly better.
Selena, can you put one of them, like, healing spirits up or something?
Let's see if I have spell slots.
Start taking a rest. What do we have in front of us? Like a short rest, long rest? What are we looking at, Matthew?
Up to y'all.
Okay.
So yeah, I can put up a healing spirit. And if you still have Beacon of Hope up when I do that,
I sure do.
that's,
Very quickly.
60 to each of us.
Ha.
There's like a few rounds left of Beacon of Hope, so.
Okay. So I'll put up the healing spirit, and we can walk
At
through
what
it.
level?
Just second level. So it's a D6.
So you would all heal 36.
Okay.
And then an additional 46.
So that I would have to roll because
Yep.
it's not.
Yep. As the two
So-
spells intersect, your healing is enhanced.
10, 13, 14, and an extra 14 on top of that.
So you heal 50 total.
The 36 actually got me up, so that's good.
Same.
Awesome.
Perfect.
That's a lot for just a second level spell. It's real good.
It's a
Yeah.
good spell.
Especially since Beacon of Hope, like, maximizes it.
Mm-hmm.
That was...
Ye old wombo combo.
Hey, you can probably just delete that little clock right there.
Actually, I sure can. That's a good.
I
last
mean,
of her kind?
unless it can be resurrected by the Whispering Father.
Why did you have to say it?
He already knew.
yeah, I mean,
She
that's,
got-
all, that's all I was thinking
She got
about.
an avoid.
Like, anyway, the first of the kind.
We've only delayed the inevitable.
Yeah.
But for now, that clock is off the map.
She comes back stronger.
It's going to be replaced by a clock with more pedals.
More, yeah.
The mother
pedicles.
Segments.
More pedicles.
segments.
Too bad we couldn't have disintegrated her.
I will work on that for next time.
Morgan will say, disintegrated who?
Oh. You want to take this one?
No.
Sovellias'
And
daughter.
then I will walk off and find just someplace to sit by myself.
Thought he was gay. No, I'm just saying.
It was an immaculate conception.
Well, I mean, he was more the mother than the father. In terms of how it came out of Sovellias' spine.
There was a void creature.
She looks over at Sovellias. Did the date with the Inquisitor back in Fort Mountain Hall, did it go that poorly? I don't remember it being that bad.
I am sitting away from the
Confessing.
I believe that it happened while we were in the void. A creature known as the Whispering Father?
I don't care. My goodness. I mean, I knew when a spaceship showed up that it was going to be pretty wild, but not particularly my problem.
Can we assume
As we Congo man.
that Astra has now expositioned the relevant information to
She will.
Conway and
She will eventually.
Morgan?
She will eventually.
Oh, okay. I was just hoping that, we don't have to sit through and go, Mafonway all over again.
You don't have to.
But we will.
I sure won't learn from anything.
I pull out my journal of things that have happened since we last saw Mafonway. It's like childlike doodling.
She just disintegrated.
Yikes.
No, she used chain lightning already.
Yeah, it's too bad. I believe that, well, I will speak for myself, or I would need a short rest before our next move.
It depends on what our next move is.
Right. Same.
A short rest at least.
Mhm.
Right.
I may need to take a long rest, nap, 8-hour sleep,
Forever.
coma, whatever you want to call that.
Disintegrate me, please.
Yeah.
I'll need to be created again.
Literally.
Are we done?
Here's the reincarnate spell. Good luck. I mean, that is a good thought. At some point, we should put a bit of each of our hair into, like, a locket or what have you. So if we need to reincarnate one of you, I have some of you.
I look down at my hairless body.
I can raise dead. We don't need to reincarnate.
But
Oh.
if someone's disintegrated, I still have hair. I can reincarnate them.
But I can do that if I've got the body part with raise dead. And then we don't have to worry about the reincarnate issue.
Anyway, but we still should put something of ourselves together.
I think that's, yeah, well,
I could maybe
Oh,
produce
boy.
some shavings or some sawdust.
does it have to be hair or like a body part?
Teeth. What is our next move?
Well, I think we need to get back to Mercinia and steal some diamonds before the Shellatrax comes back from her travels.
Oh boy. Were we involved in that? I thought that Alric and Glitch were handling that.
They still need us to actually do the infiltrating and stealing.
Hmm.
They were handling...
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, they were handling preparations and people movement for making sure that we could get in and get out.
Okay. Fuck. Oh no.
And Cassandra was helping us remove Shellotrax from the equation
Right.
so that we could steal Shellotrax's hoard,
Right.
which is something we didn't know about where the diamonds were kept. That we
It makes
do
a lot
now.
of sense. Diamonds, dragon.
Murkrag clears his throat. Sorry, before you all move on to whatever travesty awaits you, I need to leave. I wish it could say that this was a
That's
Pos-
right. More corrective.
positive experience, but well, he takes off his ring and he tosses it at your feet. It's not going to do anyone any good anymore, is it? The other person who wears its pair, it's dead.
Or Greg. You didn't have any, like, part of pushing, did you?
No. I just have that ring.
Would that suffice?
No. Not for the spell that I have.
I'm sorry for the loss of your traveling companion.
We knew what we'd signed up for, but still very difficult to deal with. Midgar says, yeah, everything kind of happened at once. I'm sorry, kid. Murkrag says, don't think I fully understood that you had made enemies of the Whispering Father himself.
We are attempting to prevent the encroachment of the void upon this realm.
Some of you. Well,
Indeed.
right? Not him. He points over to Sovellias.
Indeed.
That's what brought us there, right?
Yeah.
I believe that
He at least
Sovellias'
tried to fix it.
motivations were in order to stop Vorgesh in his coming.
You were going to stop a pit fiend. But in order to do so, you invited the Void in.
I don't really know what Sovellias knew of the deal he was making. I'm not gonna stand by and say it was a good decision.
Well, what did you know?
He's not here. He
Is it-
walked away.
Yeah, I walked away.
Oh, I thought you were just standing off.
No, I'm off. Brooding off to the side.
He was
Sovellias brooding? No.
He was drastically injured, unable to be combat effective. I believe that. I don't know if he planned on surviving the altercation with Vorgesh. We thought it was going to be Armageddon,
It is Armageddon.
but we might still have a chance to stop it or reverse its effects.
The day the moon turned red, that was pretty much the day I decided to sign up to the Lane Consortium. Figured the material plane was lost. I'd go beyond it. Damn.
Unfortunately, there are millions like Pushing who would be lost if we do not stop
Pushing.
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 Pushing
Pushing. Pushing.
would be lost if we do not stop its advancement. We did not start the Armageddon, but we are going to try to stop it. Didn't technically try to start it, but we're not going to go into that.
Could you say that louder for the class?
I just said we did technically kind of start it, but I'm not going to say that. It's all...
Some people sure really put some of those pieces in motion, yep.
History is... We were unwitting pawns. Those were impossible times.
Yeah, well, okay. Anyway.
Had to make a deal with the devil.
Did I know at the time? Anyway. She's a nice kitty.
I think we were... Never mind. We don't have to go there.
He will say... All right. Well, that's a full day of work for me. He turns around. Midgar Lane kind of hobbles up next to him. Well, in terms of this particular endeavor is satisfied. Creature that you incidentally, he gestures to, well, you're not there, but he gestures toward Gilly, and he gestures to where Sovellias had walked away. Incidentally given birth to prematurely, which is probably honestly for the best, all things considered.
Yeah, I think so.
Is dead. I'm gonna take this kid to some counseling, get him debriefed. Next time I see you, oh, you wouldn't believe it if I told you. And he turns around and puts a hand on Merkrag's back, and they walk away over into towards the void spaceship.
Does it look like a DeLorean?
No, it's a... I don't know what it is. It's a...
Two brig.
Yeah.
It's a two brig ship.
It's got two brigs.
Two brig here, two brig there.
For some reason, the first time I picture it as like just a vintage VW van, like you know,
Volkswagen
bricks
with like little wings that actually aren't necessary.
That's what I was picturing actually. Us piling in.
Okay.
The magic school bus.
This is Scooby-Doo now?
It's a mix
Not the
between
mystery we
Scooby-Doo
Go around
and
at
the
us solving
magic school bus.
mysteries and
Solving mysteries. Solving problems.
causing mysteries.
Pulling the mask off of the Whispering Father. It was Old Man Clancy all along.
Who's the cause of this? Pulling off the mask off the Whispering Father? It's Sovellias!
No.
We're all civilians.
Whose fault is it? Anyway. They get into the spaceship and it fires away and into the void. A ring settles there on the ground.
I will bend down and pick up the ring.
It's a twinning ring, but its partner is in the void.
Put it in the pocket for now.
Waiting for the Whispering Father to pick it up because it can't be disintegrated.
I should put it on.
Yes, sir.
You can see it everywhere.
I'm not gonna do it. Oh God, maybe we put it in the bag of holding.
It requires attunement, so
Does it?
fine.
The,
None of
the
us
bag
have
of
the
holding
slots.
attunes to it. Why bag? The bag becomes a sack, a void sack.
Anyway.
These are my nightmares. I'm just giving it more fuel.
Is there anything else that we need to do here?
I mean, we need to talk with Morgan about what next steps could be.
Okay.
Right?
Do you need me to do that? Are we going to be here for another 8 hours?
I believe so, yes.
Does Selena need to be around for that? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. So if we're going to be here another 8 hours, I would love to go sleep off whatever this is.
We'll be here at least another hour, so you can at least start a short rest.
Lay down for a short rest, see how far you get.
That's right. That's right.
Well, you guys just shut up.
If we have to plane shift, we won't wake you.
Yeah.
We'll just
So
go.
we make this land stop spinning. The land of the
Golden ending.
the spin unending.
Um,
The spinning forever.
Give it a minute there.
No, when you're drunk and the like when it's spinning.
Yeah, that I connected all those details.
Yeah, the people at home did. and that's all that matters.
The people at home want you off the show.
Was that the poll that went up this morning?
Yeah.
Should Chase be removed?
I'm in the game now. What's up, Frieza? Did nothing wrong. Weird name, but alright. Did you know that in the original DVD release, well, I shouldn't say original, the DVD release that I had, Season 3 of Dragon Ball Z was the entire Frieza fight from start to finish. It's one fight.
Incredible.
Its entire season is
I've
one
never
fight.
watched
Yep,
Dragon Ball
that
Z.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Checks out.
From when Goku, I think, begins fighting. Or I can't remember, but yeah.
All I
It's a whole
remember
fight.
from that show is
Whole
someone
season.
running across clouds, and they do that for like 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah, it usually takes about 4 or 5 episodes for a single scene.
That's all I remember from that show, even though I've never seen all of it.
Frieza's my favorite villain.
I frankly have never seen an episode of
Get
Dragon
the
Ball Z.
Yeah.
I watched a
Watch
lot
it.
of Digimon back in the day.
I'm willing to accept
Did
a
you
lot
watch? You
of
didn't
things.
even watch Pokemon?
Digimon.
So
I'm willing to accept the fact you're straight.
there's a one shot that's totally Pokemon themed that we haven't done on this show yet. Because someone went through into the original 151 Pokemon and 5e as monsters.
I'm really happy for them.
Yeah,
Can I roleplay Snorlax?
Yeah, you already
you
do.
can certainly try.
I will be Snorlax.
So, what are y'all doing?
I think we were going to talk to Morgan, but I was...
Okay.
that's
Sovellias, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I will probably just start meditating and just collapsing it on myself. Try
So
not to
I
think
will
of watching Sheen get disintegrated.
I will find wherever he's meditating and just kind of float within 10 feet of that while I start a rest.
A rest. Okay.
A rest.
I'll talk to Morgan really quick.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out the inert zip zap dagger. And I will say, I would like to thank you.
Oh, she looks at you. She's like, "Did it upgrade after you stabbed me in the heart with it?"
No, that was the hag.
Oh. What are you thanking me for?
You made me realize that I had to choose. The zip zap dagger took away my ability to choose. I would take a life whether I wanted to or not. I was carrying it around thinking it made me more powerful. Would help me reach my goals.
Did it?
For a time. But as we saw with Sovellias, such gifts can bring unintended consequences.
Well, intended consequences if you're the one who made that thing what it is.
Indeed. I'm going to kind of examine it. I'll say, I still have hopes that perhaps it can be repaired, that its final purpose can be rewritten.
Well, the Great Machine, much like the Void, isn't exactly the most reasonable of constructs, but the Great Machine wants to work, and so do all the things made from it. So, I do believe it can be fixed. It's a machine, after all. Machines can be repaired.
Indeed.
Just have to find a very talented artificer.
Huh.
I believe that I know one.
Oh, smashing.
Perhaps we can ascertain its original purpose and find a new one.
I believe it's fulfilling much of its... Well, I mean, listen, I don't know. I'm not a crafter, but everything I know about poetry tells me it's fulfilling its original purpose.
My fear
But
is
it's stuck on a single mission.
destruction.
Killing.
You choosing to let go. Killing is not always the answer.
She kind of looks away. It has been difficult. You're talking to Morgan.
Mhm.
It's been very difficult. I don't like this song either. Choosing the right song. Both a blessing and a curse. Maybe this.
I'm resting within range of him, talking to Morgan.
I'm talking to Morgan. Thanking her.
It's important to be able to choose. It's true. And I suppose killing isn't always the answer. But I stand by a lot of what I used to say. This world is forged by violence. Pacifism is only going to get you so far. If you take it too far, it's going to get you killed.
Indeed.
I don't have to explain that to the lot of you.
And how do I put it? Do not misunderstand. I was created for an initial purpose. I'm quite good at it. I realize that violence often is required, but, well, as we have seen, it is not the only path, the only solution. That is why I reattuned to the Zip-Zap dagger before.
Having difficulty seeing the path forward here. She kind of turns to Gilly and you. Not sure what to do. Not sure what help I can be. I can't be in the material plane again. Not without decades. Took me a long time to coordinate all that the last time.
Right.
And now the Elder Hag, and she looks over to Astrid, is dead. Have Grand Hag here, but still logistics, and I don't think the Great Machine's going to let me play that particular trick twice. But I'd still like to help somehow, but I don't know how, what that looks like. I don't know what to do about all this. I could change it a bit, but not the god here. That's Mab. It's Mother Night.
You could lift the curse that you put on a lot of folk that were sided with King Boreas.
She looks up and you can see there's this kind of reaction of pride, like she's having a hard time hearing this. You're referring to the accursed, the Chandrith.
Yeah?
Because if I remember correctly, you met one of them.
Would she have known that?
I believe you talked to her about it.
Okay.
That's my best recollection.
Couldn't remember for sure, but
Yep.
yeah.
That would be a first step. Will Mab come in and try to prevent you from making change within your own domain?
Well, if I could predict Mab's movements, I'd be the god of this dimension.
But you can choose in ways that Mab cannot.
That is true. I don't know, honestly, what side this Mab comes on. That's true, she doesn't want me to change this dimension. The rest of it, I don't know. In the end, she supported the arresting light coming up. I think she still wants it to remain that way. I don't think she's throwing her lot in with Vorgash. I don't think that sounds good to her. I mean, he keeps the arresting light, but the way he would change it for the lower plane's benefit, I don't think she's okay with that. So there might be some wiggle room there.
There you go.
Perhaps if we are to restore it, she could have a hand.
Astra and Morgan just look at each other. Astra speaks. Dealing with Mab. That is not my idea of a good time.
Are we close enough that we can hear the conversation, even if we're not technically part of it?
Aren't you sleeping?
Starting a rest.
Yeah. I would say you're in the next room. You can hear muffles. You make out every other word. Get the mise en scène of it. The je ne sais quoi.
The flavor.
The je ne sais quoi.
Me being uncultured.
The umami.
Yeah.
You're getting the gist.
What's it like, the vapor waves? The effervescence?
Yeah.
Then I will hold my ideas for another conversation.
Cool. You get the...
Oh.
Just keep going.
No.
The je te vive.
That's like the mens rea.
For like 10 minutes
No,
later, we
Nikki
come
makes
back.
sense.
Yeah, the men's room. Make it
The
up.
aura.
The torturous arm.
I'm sorry I asked this question.
The
That's
exit.
that's my goal, to make any of my players regret asking questions.
Right. Eventually, we'll stop.
Correct.
The
called
existential aura.
Yeah. It's called DMing. Look it up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Matthew's face is in the dictionary.
The omelet.
Step 1, tell
DM.
your players to get fucked.
Matthew W. Foreman at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter.
So back to it. So yeah, Astra says you're dealing with Mab. That's a lot. But maybe that's what we need to do. What do you all want? What's a win look like for you? You did all the work. Got here. Killed me. Came teleported all this way. Got past that thing. Broke the ancient seal that I couldn't even. What is it? What's a win look like for you?
I mean, this was a win. This was a win in itself.
Right.
My term is
It was hard for us to see past that in the moment. Because, it was...
It did feel
It
like
was win or die, so...
it did feel like we were rushing, putting out fires.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that. Just triage, really. Seeing ahead. We haven't had time to look ahead. But...
With those out of the way, I would say stopping the armies of Vorgesh, somehow reinstituting the arresting light to prevent the Whispering Father.
There are many of the cursed that exist in and around Gehenna.
Yes.
Maybe there's some element of being able to stop reinforcements.
Disrupt their...
If the curse is dropped and forces are rallied or something. I don't know, because I don't know how it works for y'all to move in between the planes beyond the arresting light, but...
The Vorgesh won't be getting their troops from Gehenna. The Vorgesh is enemies with the folks of Gehenna.
Right.
Perhaps that is the...
Well, he's enemies at least with one person in Gehenna.
Right. For sure.
But there is...
There's some pieces there. I can't really puzzle them out, but...
Vorgesh will be getting their troops from other places in DISE ENVY. Near the many layers of hell itself.
Right. Could forces rally in Gehenna to go do a thing in DISE ENVY, or is that not a thing? I don't know.
Could.
Were the people that were affected by the Cursed Warriors, or were they...
They were a mix. I mean, the warriors now, they've been living in Gehenna. Don't really see... I mean... Morgan says, I'm not going there. And I don't think you all have the time.
Then we focus on the immediate. Deal with the Grand Presider, the diamonds.
Well, right, for us. But we're talking about what what Morgan
Can do.
can do here.
Just so I'm clear, player question, is the enemy in Gehenna, that's
Mr. Finkelstein.
that's what I thought. Mr.
Mr. The Supreme Pontifex of the Sulfurian Council.
God, that's such a
Who
good
is in
name.
Arcana Law.
A very powerful one.
Super powerful.
A super advanced Arcana Law.
That could be an avenue, perhaps, if we lift the curse. One of the affected in Dice Angelum could get a message to Mr. Finkelstein. Gehenna, what'd I say?
Sit down, Angel.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Morgan pauses. Well, if a guerrilla war to disrupt Vorgesh is what you want, time was you once used my name to gain an audience with the steward.
Yeah, we did that. Oh, yeah, we did that. Fuck. Well,
But
at least you saw something that you wanted out of that.
I did. At the time, I did. If what you want me to do is to free the accursed, rally them in some way, that I could do. That I could do. I mean, they hate me. But I'm still their lady.
You
This is-
could speak with Friaga. And, or I could. If that would help. She
says-
was a high priestess.
Yes. I'll start here, she says. Morgan says. I shall free them of the curse and bring them home for the time being. I'll allow them to come home if they wish. And I guess I'll start making amends with Friaga.
Do you still have the physical jewel?
No, that shattered like a long time ago.
If we fail to stop the void, will it eventually come here?
I think so.
Would Matt be able to stop it?
What was your question? I'm so sorry.
If we failed to stop the void, would it come to the land of Kolanini?
The void? Yeah.
She says, oh, it would. As your question whether or not Mab would be able to stop it. But for a time. She's a god. Well, Mother Night is a god and she's the avatar, whatever.
And she sure would care about Vorgesh.
How about I start that, and when you're actually ready to strike at Vorgesh, we'll keep in touch. Send me a message. You can do that.
I can.
All right.
Is there a chance, just a question, considering I'm of two worlds, more or less, does that affect how I can send between the prime material plane and this plane?
There's still the
the
static.
5%?
Yep,
Okay.
they're still static.
Was just curious if that might affect it in your mind.
Morgan says, I think that, to me, so I think that is a good place to start. Since it sounds like we don't have any other pieces in here yet. Really don't like saying I'm sorry.
Well, we could take, the next 8 hours here to make sure all of us are rested up before we head back. And I could help you.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
How do math? 31.
Okay, that'll work. She looks up. Do you want to help me? Do you want to be there?
I mean, that's what family does.
All right.
Not just going to set you on a path and leave you in uncharted waters with no help.
To stand on my own eventually.
Ah, yeah, but you know, need some training wheels first.
All right. You get some rest. And in the morning, we'll make amends. Right? All right.
Well, you know, I don't sleep, so
Are we safe where we're at?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, very much
Okay.
so.
Do we need to dream with anyone before we go back to make sure that they're prepared for us becoming former Cinia?
Ulrich, maybe? Let them know, like, because they were positioning themselves, right?
Yeah.
And make sure that when you dream with Ulrich that he knows that we took care of the thing.
Oh, so I can tell.
Because we warned Glitch
Right.
that there was, you know, a void creature somewhere.
Yeah.
But just to figure out like what we need for that.
many
And
dreams can you
the
do?
only other thing I would say is that either coordinating with the Countess or checking in with the King of Nightmares to make sure he understands
We got
everything's fulfilled.
plenty of time for that.
Whichever you want to go
Yeah, we
with.
got 2.
Okay.
Maybe letting
Alaric and Cassandra?
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So while you guys were talking in the other room, I would have...
No, if Holly's back.
Yeah. I probably would have talked at Sovellias while he was trying to meditate.
Okay.
Probably not super loud, because I'm still not sure I want you to actually hear me. But I'm sorry for yelling at you. Everyone does make mistakes. And now you remember what they cost. And that is more than anyone should have to deal with. And probably wait for a few seconds, make sure he's not going to respond to anything, and then cast Dream on myself.
Do you say anything, Sovellias?
No.
Okay.
Probably Dream with Alric first.
Okay. So you cast a dream. Alaric, being an elf, is technically immune to dream, but you are, of course, imbued with the power of Eurysadril, the slumbering goddess, which allows you to dream with creatures, because all creatures, whether they know it or not, are connected to the dreamscape. So he kind of feel that coming, and he allows it to happen within his meditation. Set up on that beautiful little Droskin plain within the tent, which is so often the source of your dreams. It's where you it's a very happy memory, even though it has some bittersweetness to it. Hello there.
Hey, love. How are things?
They are going real well. We are able to operate rather unimpededly due to, well, if I may say so, what I do not believe to be coincidental occurrences in this city. Seems to be that whoever is instructing the local guard is well on our side.
Cassandra has her ways.
She sure does. She is proving to be a more adept maneuverer every day.
She was trained well, whether they wanted to be or not.
That is, and I believe that is going to be their downfall.
Has Shellatrax traveled, do you know? Or is she still in town?
There has been talk of a great hunt, but
Okay.
the details have not been announced.
Okay.
As I understand it, when she goes on these hunts, she brings back a trophy, and it is displayed on the harbor of the Alabaster Welcome.
Hopefully we can send her on a hunt soon. We're returning from the Colon ending.
Everything okay?
Yeah. It's been an interesting road. The Queen of Dreams is back in her dream world. Morgan is an ally again.
Oh,
She is remorseful.
that is quite the news.
Yeah. And I don't remember if we told you that there was a voidling that was set loose, but it is no longer loose. And it is at least back in the void, if not disposed of.
You've been gone almost a week, but it's been a productive week.
Time moves differently. Yeah. It's always good to see her face, though.
Very nice to see yours. I look forward to when you are coming to Messenia. We can rendezvous, spend some time together.
I hope so. This is supposed to be a sweet moment. Stop it, James.
This is, we're about ready to act here.
Okay.
I mean, especially if Shellatrax leaves, then we'll really be ready.
Yeah. So, my next stop is to speak with Cassandra, if I can do so unimpeded. The dreamscape is not always safe. Avoragesh has a dreamer as well.
Oh, well. Luckily, I am an elf, and you are the only one who can visit my dreams.
For better or for worse. Let's hopefully we keep it for better.
Yeah. Well, I leave you to it. I guess send the the Grand Duchess my best.
I think just for safety's keeping, she's not going to know who all's going to be there. It's just that they're with me.
Indeed.
So keep it as close to the chest as possible. We'll make her feel like she can trust us, right? The old.
Well, and they have ways of making people confess.
Exactly. I'll just spend a few more moments here if I can.
Of course. As long as you'd like.
Then after some time, I'll say goodbye.
Share a peaceful moment and bid your adieu. Cast Dream again?
It's my 6th level spot. It's my 5th and my 6th.
Oh,
We're
boy.
gonna go ahead and do this.
Okay. Sent over to Cassandra.
Yeah.
The scenery has somewhat changed. This is still her bedroom, but she's not laying alone there with her bed and the book. I mean, she's alone, but she's not, just laying down on her bed.
Oh no, I thought there were gonna be more people there. You
No.
scared me for a minute, man.
Yeah, just crazy.
She's got several. They're in her bed with her.
I'm now going to describe it.
They're,
This was a
they're,
winter moment.
they're
and we
using
were
the
meeting
bind
Yennefer
right now.
for the first time. Oh,
No one tells you. about
they're all
this.
in a dream together. Is that what you're
There's a
dreaming?
bowl of keys by the door.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Matt
right.
just grabs the veil and like tears it down.
Yikes.
Big yikes.
Ooh boy. Okay.
So she is sitting in a chair. It's by her vanity, but it's not like the actual. It's the chair next to the vanity, not in front of it.
The one that's usually piled with clothes in the bedroom.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now it's got a person in it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She seems to be reading, but she's sitting up. She looks up. Oh. It's been a few days.
It has. We've been far away and very busy.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's see. What's the exciting news this time? What are you bringing me?
The cold unending is very cold.
You're across dimensions.
Yeah. Stay busy.
Indeed.
We bring more allies. We're hoping to be able to join forces with you, maybe give you some freedom.
Wow.
See if we can make sure that the Grand Presider isn't immediately resurrected. Buy us a little bit more time to handle the Vorgesh.
That's good. That's good. I've been whispering into old Shelley's ear. She's stubborn.
Always.
But I think she's about to take the bite. I offered certain privileges, titles, if she's able to do it. Hoping that she isn't able to find the creature because I don't want to give her titles and I don't want her to come back. So either she finds it and gets killed, which I don't think is going to happen, or she just wanders at sea for a bit and then we're able to make something happen by the time she returns. But she is going to come back, I think, and we are going to have to deal with that.
We are.
Well, I just realized Cassandra's voice is a bit higher.
Okay.
She'll say, jeez. So she'll be out of here, but I am still worried about Birdie and his forces. I think some of them will side with me. I think some of them will side with him. Hopefully we can get out undetected.
What's our biggest thing to overcome with Birdie and those you think will side with him?
He's got so many examiners on his side.
Okay.
Priests, powerful priests.
It's been a while since we've been in the material plane. Is magic bolstered by a Vorgesh coming? And the powers of hell fueling the examinators now?
Yes, they
Oh,
have.
God.
The examiners have a lot of their power back. Some of them never really lost it, but the High Examiner of Mercinia, he's the fucking worst. Excuse my language.
Okay. Yeah. It's a corrupt organization in the path of the light, huh?
Yeah, as it turns out, the light casts a big shadow.
It certainly does.
There's a few confessors too around Birdie. So
of course there's been things happening, around and waiting for us to be able to come in and do this. We just need a signal that Shellatrax is off hunting, and I think next couple of days we'll be ready to come down. And at the end of the day, what do you want out of all of this?
I want Eastwing and Mercinia to change. I want us to have more services for people who need them. I want to get out of under the thumb of a church being led by a general of hell. Those are the things I want. I know that you and your lot abolished the nobility and the glide.
Abolish is a strong word.
It's no longer a duchy.
We shifted power. Well, I didn't. I was just there. But power was shifted.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Listen, I'm not taking responsibility for this.
No.
there's no more duchy. There's no dukedom, and therefore there's no baronies or earldoms or marquisdoms. There's just a council and a lady.
It's returned to a more equitable time. It's a lot.
Listen, I like my big screen TV though. And she like looks around her castle.
She's like, I thank you, Chromatic Chimera, for the raid.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on.
I had my spells up instead of...
We're having a nice little dream scene between a Grand Duchess and the Druid. She says, that's a lot for me to take in. And I don't know if the people of Eastring are gonna be there. Well, when I say the people, I mean the people I know.
Well, we'll tell you the same thing we told the Duke of Narshley. We're not here to change your system of government. We're here to make sure that Vorgesh, hush it up.
All I'm doing is
You
snickering.
change your own home. We're not about to change everyone else's home. This is not cool. Never mind.
It's the beginning of the revolution!
It is a model that if Mercinia decides to undertake that will be the decision of Mercinia, not the decision of the Prism. We want what you want. We want a more equitable, safe, less slummy Mercinia that allows opportunities for everyone, that doesn't have a fighting pit to try and give you more money and food and healing.
Oh, the Bruce?
Yeah. For a city of healing to also have a fighting pit seems a little
Well, but, I mean,
hypocritical.
that's fair.
If nobles want to kill each other in a fighting pit for entertainment and money, absolutely, let them do it. But don't tell a guy that has nothing but his hands that that's how he survives in this world.
Thank you, Beamer88, for the follow. She's
Thank
like,
you, Beamer.
okay, couple things.
I mean,
You should know that that's not your reputation as the Prism.
Your reputation.
Because she's like, we're not going to come in and change your system of government. It's not your reputation, but I believe you. Also, the Bruce, I'm not a huge fan, but it is part of this city's DNA.
And then instantly tries to change it.
It's part of this city's soul. I actually wouldn't say DNA. DNA doesn't exist. Shh.
But at the end of the day, you have been an invaluable partner to us. And this is part of a partnership, is a give and take. You're not going to be happy with everything that we do, like the glide. And that's okay if we're not happy with everything you do, as long as you're moving towards a better place. You're moving away from the brutal, cruel torture that is parts of Mercinia, which it sounds like what you're looking for.
Yes. I don't agree. I would probably abolish the Brewis tomorrow if it was up to me. I just, with these little movements that we're making now.
It's a slow process. I think at the end of the day, it makes the most sense between now and abolishing a Vorgesh from this plane is just to keep someone in power that isn't going to make anything worse. And I hope I can count on you to do that.
I think you can. And I hope I can count on you all to be effective and pragmatic.
We keep, and you're right. I think the glide was I don't believe that that's going to be a common thread for every place that we go through.
I think it sent more tremors throughout this country than perhaps you realized.
Well, we've had to have this conversation with two parts of the oligarchy, so absolutely.
Won't be the last.
But those in power that were abusing their power need to be changed.
Yes.
If you were creating every place is going to have crime. There's always going to be bad people. That's not always reflected on the ruling class. However, when those in power are the ones doing the most crime, that is the biggest problem.
She just kind of nods. She's like, Well, I will send word whenever or if perhaps you'll beat me to it, but whenever Shell Tracks is gone, I'll let you know. I look forward to meeting you in person.
It'll be nice.
Okay. Well then. Good night.
Good night.
Dream fades.
Quick player question: was part of the original, because it's been several weeks.
Yes.
Was part of the original thing that we were going to help spirit her out?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's roughly yes.
Okay,
So
perfect.
if we can't get rid of Birdie, she comes with us.
Perfect.
Yep.
Otherwise, then it becomes a guerrilla war trying to reinstate her as the ruler if we can't get rid of Birdie at the same time.
Perfect. Thank you. I kind of thought so, but I wasn't going to interrupt the scene to ask.
Thanks for waiting.
You're welcome.
So, and then if I'm allowed to take a long rest after that,
You are.
nonsense.
Oh yeah. Anyone who take a long rest.
I'd like to cast Ascending.
Okay.
My first one.
First one. Oh, God.
The Whispering Father.
Pull that Kraken.
Oh.
I don't know if it's gonna work.
Oh.
But Gilly has no idea.
Oh, no.
But Gilly wants to try
Okay.
to send a message to the Kraken. Hey! And I counted out my words.
What is happening?
Just a heads up!
Gilly's pulling
Kraken,
a Selena
it's me,
is
Gilly.
what she's doing.
Listen, hey! Just a heads up. There's an ancient white dragon headed your way. I hope you can kill it, or at least keep it occupied.
The white,
25 words.
the white dragon, the Kraken just sleeping. Huh?
No clue if that's gonna understand me.
Oh, Krakens can
But Gilly
speak
has no
many
clue.
languages.
Gilly has no clue.
Yeah.
Alexis has an idea. Gilly has none. Also a wisdom of 4. So, here we are.
So you cast sending out towards a Kraken. Not only a Kraken, but an ancient and advanced Kraken. A Kraken that was worshipped as a god.
Yep,
Yeah.
true.
Divination would have worked. Oh no.
Okay, so you hear, as you kind of cast this out,
Psychic damage.
you can just hear like water crash on the deck, lightning strike, and thunder roll. And a voice returns. A dragon against me. I who was born by the first storm.
Write this down.
I who breathed lightning into the world.
You got time left.
There's a pause. They cast sending.
Oh, no.
No.
Who dares send me a warning? Who dares disturb me in the abyss below?
Just wanted to make sure that you were adequately prepared. Because that's what friends do.
What is happening?
Choices.
I mean, this is, I guess,
You
like
helped. You helped me once. I'm helping you now.
Oh no.
Remember your voice, I do. cast it on the wind not long ago. Spoken among a storm to call me forth. Your name.
Matthew, with Gilly's wisdom of 4, she probably doesn't think to not give it. Does she knows that names have power, but like, does she know enough to be worried?
Roll me a wisdom check.
Actually, not terrible, but it's just a straight wisdom check.
Yeah, so Jack applies.
Right, so 13.
You're not sure. I mean, it's not the best of ideas, but I mean, True Name Magic hasn't technically even been released yet. But you have some sense that I would say you have some sense it's not the greatest idea. You're a little. I'll say this: you're a little hesitant to give the creature your name, the Kraken.
Ancient.
Yes.
Listen, we're just getting to know each other. Maybe next time we meet, if it's under good circumstances, we can exchange better pleasantries. I'd love that.
Wait for eons, I will. One day your voice will cast on the ocean. And I'll be there, waiting. Patience. Eternal.
Oh no, we can't sail anymore.
Yeah, boats are off limits.
Boats are off limit!
I'm sorry. What's our friend's name in the ocean?
It's also worth noting that you were on an airship when you summoned the Kraken.
The ocean. Let's just stay away from the ocean.
And coasts.
What was
Is
Salty's?
Mercinia located by the water? I can't remember.
No, right?
What was Salty's character's name? The one who wrote us the letter?
Selwood.
Selwyn. I'm sorry, Selwyn. Let's cast the name to Selwyn. Get out of the ocean.
Give him some.
Move your island.
Move your island.
Gotta go. You all plane shift there. You're just doing this.
Come on. You just see the Kraken on the horizon.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
You know, we know this place is outside of the material plane. It's really cold, but you'll love it. There's a lot of water. Watches weren't invented yet.
Gesturing towards the portal.
Yeah. Come on. Orderly fashion. Queue up.
That's pushing civilization. Gotta go.
We did the math. We can do this in roughly 16 hours.
What else are you doing when the rest of us sleep?
And that's the last sending they send you.
Okay. And then, so next, I'm gonna cast Ascending. It's not better.
Oh.
Let me tell you, it's not
Please
better.
no. Please no.
To Mr. Finkelstein.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, this is Gilly. You want Voragesh back? We want to send him there. You have something that can help us to help you. Thoughts?
Now I know how you guys feel when I decided to talk to this smoking lady.
Yeah.
Except you've got a very high wisdom. Not so much.
You had a snowball's chance.
Good luck.
In the sending,
God bless.
a voice replies back, Ooh, enters my mind, uninvited. I quite would love to imprison Mr. Voragesh. Excuse me, Voragesh again. How could I help you help me?
One left.
Was it for someone else?
It might have been, but here we are. Well, I did say in the sending that that he has something that could help us.
Yeah, and he's asking him what is that kind of.
Okay. Because the mask thing isn't obvious.
I don't think he knows who you are.
You said this is Gilly.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
did?
said my name
Okay,
to help expedite things.
Yeah, I don't think he knows who you are.
You know what? That's actually great.
Yeah. When the more I think about it, I'm not sure he knows.
We didn't give him any
They're
of
those
our
burglars
names.
that I scared off.
I mean, honestly, from his perspective, he
Yeah,
knows
really
great.
Alric,
Forgot about it.
and he knows other people.
Okay.
He knows I work in your reset rail, right? But
And
not.
you.
Oh, me? Okay.
Choices.
I have an idea for a meme.
So I will spend another sending.
Okay.
And say, hang on, how am I gonna? You have a powerful mask. No, I would have said a powerful dragon mask. That could really help a enemy of your enemy.
He will respond. Oh, I need to change the music. He's not in the middle of the store.
I'm
Are
sorry.
we sure?
Hello.
I'm in a tunnel.
Hello.
Who are you?
Who am I? Yeah, this is my most prized possession.
More prize than a Vorgesh would be? I mean,
If you are serious in your offer, come to Gehenna discuss details. He pauses. I think you are familiar with how that works. Meetings in Gehenna. They seem to remember, and the spell continues as he casts one at you. Seem to remember a few months ago, thieves took something of mine. Prized possession that I worked very hard for. Could this be you who slipped through my paws? Keeps casting. Yes, I seem to remember a plucky little red-headed halfling. But I can see now you are more of a woman of the world, rational. Please, come to Gehenna to discuss terms. Bring your entourage for your safety if you wish.
No. It's not great.
You know what? Open the doors.
open to finding a path forward that can help both of us with reconciliation and dealing with the issues at hand. You know, of Oragesh.
Please alert the. Oh god, I can't remember the terminology I used again. That whole ridiculous like gatehouse system, the
Oh
metering
god,
system.
that's right.
Stewards, the valets, I think they were.
Yeah.
Please
I
alert
remember
the valet whenever you are in Gehenna in the appropriate meeting house. And I look forward to meeting you properly this time. I think we can come to a Gehenna is a city of business. We can come to some kind of arrangement, I'm sure. We both have something each other wants. Till then, stay out of my mind, and I'll stay out of yours. You can feel a wall just shut.
Fair!
You want us cast sending to anyone?
No, I was gonna say. So just so I remember, when we lured the guy out there and killed him, Like,
Yeah,
we did it.
no,
So
steward of Gehenna.
we did it so secret, like, because we did it under the pretense of meeting for Morgan.
Yes.
But then we were all like stealthified and disguised.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. No one
I'm
will ever
not
put
so
this-
sure you were all heavily disguised when you broke out, but yeah, he didn't know who Gilly was initially.
initially. Yeah, cool.
Wisdom
is
of
good.
4.
I'm so happy with all this.
That was pretty great.
This is great. Dreams and
Anything else anyone wants to do before?
Would you say it was inspired?
No,
Yeah,
the,
you can have inspiration.
Yeah.
the next morning I want to do stuff.
Okay, anything that night, folks?
I will play a more uplifting and jaunty tune on my violin. That's
I'll
it.
play with you a bit.
Okay.
But, I'll try talking to Sovellias at some point.
Okay, go ahead. That's fine.
I'm snoring on the other side of that room.
I'm just like above you.
Devil went down to Georgia.
Yeah.
And magical earplugs in.
Yeah.
Druid Grove smacks you out of
Oh my god. Cast sending to Sovellias. Just kidding. Use message. Hey!
Get out of my mood, Charles.
So, I'll just, head over to Sovellias with a cup of cocoa in each hand. I'm sure that I could have figured out how to make some cocoa at some point.
I have my cooking tools.
Yeah, but never mind. The joke was last week, I was like, I don't have any milk!
Milk a Poland.
I quit.
I was just being Gilly. It's fine.
Stream's done.
It's like, would you rather have cocoa or wine?
Neither. I need to be alone.
Okay, I'll be here alone with you.
That's not how alone works, Gilly.
I don't understand. You can be alone there. I'll be alone right here. We're alone. Together.
Alright. This isn't working. And I will dimension door 500 feet somewhere into another room.
I don't have counter spells left, so that happens.
You teleport into a room and Astra is standing there. Hi.
My apologies. I'm trying to be away from people.
Why?
Because I will walk out of the room. I'm sorry for deserving you.
Sovellias,
Yes,
I devoured your homeworld.
you did.
If there's anyone you can tell the worst of it to, it's me. We're both garbage.
That is true to some extent. I can't get it out of my head watching her get disintegrated like that, knowing that it's all my fault, that all of this, every choice I made has just led to ruin for both myself, my group, and the world as a whole. I just don't know what to do anymore.
It's not easy to wake up, so to speak, and face your choices like that. I'm not going to tell you what you did was okay, because it wasn't.
No.
Why did you agree to anything the Whispering Father had to offer? You must have known somewhere.
I did. I mean, deep in my mind, but at the time after speaking with my aunt and just the hopelessness of the whole situation, I was willing to grab anything I could. Honestly, I didn't expect to survive that night.
It's a fair bet. I'm honestly surprised you all did.
Yeah. I didn't expect anything to go the way it did. But here we are.
Well, Jean died, but that's difficult. But you've goodness. The creature is dead.
Yeah.
Jean made her choices. She was an intergalactic warrior. I mean, that is not. She rode the void into combat. That comes with risks. She knew those risks going in. You did cause her death. I agree.
Yeah. I don't know where to go from here. Seems everything I touch just falls apart.
Well, you are still by far not the most dangerous or harmful person in our little crowd. Morgan and I have you beat by a lot. So, look around you for some inspiration. Find a new paradigm. Start making different choices. That's what I did. That's what Morgan did. Do something different.
Alright. I'll think on that. Thank you.
You're not your ancestors.
It's good to hear, but so far, begs to be seen.
Honestly, they didn't even deserve what happened to them. But it was a war.
Yeah.
Some of them wanted things that were different than what we wanted. Some of them agreed. Those were the ones that fled to the material plane when it was being constructed. The ones who stayed behind paid a deep price for it. The Anastasias, I mean, your people, they're the ones who chose to go to the material plane. They were never, at least some of them, you're part of the Anastasias.
No.
They were never on that side. They never supported much. Your father, Fedricio, by all accounts, was a good man.
He was a good father.
Well, start thinking more like him. He's got his sword.
I do.
Certainly, the rumors are true. It counsels you.
It hasn't spoken anything to me. It's been silent.
Probably just needs more time. More something.
Yeah.
Just think of the things that your father might do and try to do those. Fake it till you make it.
Alright.
Leave.
Yeah. Sorry. No.
Sorry. Just wander out.
And I believe with that, the night ends and you all resume your morning. Aha, I didn't say you wake up. Nailed it. We resume your morning.
There you go.
We were created in a new day.
Oh God!
Recreated.
That's right. That's right. Disintegrated and recreated every long rest.
Oh, that's good. Okay, let me get all the spells back.
Oh yeah, I should probably mark a long rest.
So it's a d6 plus 4.
Oh, your staff. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is a D6 plus 4?
Yeah, same.
I think that's the only thing I have that does charges.
Turn this stuff.
Okay.
Oh, good. All the charges back. And then...
So in the morning at breakfast, I would address Morgan when we get to that point.
I heard dress Morgan. I'm like, you're gonna be her
I
ladies?
dress.
You're gonna be her ladies' maid? I'm confused. This is a weird character shift.
It is. It sure is.
Oh no.
You're just
I'm
gonna live
be a
here
handmaid.
now.
Morgan, I'm Morgan's handmaid now. Hi, how are you? Weird. Okay.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah. You shall address her.
Okay. So, I'd let everyone know about my dreaming last night. I am not going to take out the feast katana.
Yeah.
I did consider taking Hero's Feast, though, but I didn't.
You need a 1,500 gold or 1,000 gold chalice.
Hey, Morgan, you got
Oh, I
one of
do.
those laying around?
Oh,
She probably
You
would,
got look
actually.
for ways you could help.
They're in the chalice pile over there.
Yeah, that chalice. I wouldn't need that, man.
All right, but she did ask. She
Less of a-
was asking how she could help.
it's not a pile.
I did
Let's
say
not be
maybe
ridiculous. It's just a
resources.
mound.
So,
Horde.
I'm a blunt individual. How did you capture the Queen of Dreams?
I remember she used the wrong fork at dinner, so then I put her in a prison made of ice.
And was she always on this plane? Was she,
She
on
was,
this?
she was here for the
Okay.
dinner. Yes.
If we could move somebody between planes with like planar shift, could you help us imprison them?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I mean, depending on the creature, but yes. Who?
How strong do you think you could hold? Anything from a Vorgesh, his underlings?
Start with Birdie.
Birdie?
Start with Birdie.
Probably not a Voragesh. Probably most of his underlings.
I mean, and a human, what is Birdie? Is he a wizard?
Y'all don't know.
We don't know, but we know he's some level
You
of
just
powerful.
know he's a
He's not Voragesh powerful.
whatever.
Do you
else we'll do.
remember Birdie from Mercinia?
Yes. Pretty little fellow.
Whatever he is, could you hold him?
Oh yeah. I mean, unless he has some kind of secret power, yes.
I'm sure he's got something to do with Voragesh.
Can we just
I mean,
eat him into the crack?
eat up the kraken.
Yeet him.
Yeet him into
Yeet
the
him
kraken.
into the kraken.
Eat him into the
That's
crack.
the perfect. Dip your toe in the water, wait for the kraken to come, toss him in the kraken's maw, and run.
That's right.
Problem solved.
Kraken. It only cost the lives of everyone in Mercinia, but you'll have defeated Birdie.
Perfect.
I was actually thinking of the crack with the undead.
Oh, the
Yeah,
crack.
throw me into the undead crack of the golden
They
ending.
say kraken.
It's like it's like the landfill where we put our trash.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And I'll kind of look around the table.
I mean, he is trash, so.
Do we think we could transport someone here?
You have Banish.
That's only temporary. Plane shift would do better.
Would do better.
I mean, because I've seen him use plane shift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how we got back and forth places, yeah.
I know. So,
So.
I'm just making sure I'm not pulling information from places I shouldn't. Okay, then that is absolutely a way that you could potentially help us if we can get someone here.
So if Birdie pops into my temple, probably followed by you lot, I'll slap him with an ice prison. Got it.
I mean, it would be at least one way to weaken a Vorgesh or help an ally. Just, would you be willing?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And then it would be not immediately lethal. We could figure out how to deal with him after the fact. If there is a trial or something to be had.
Yes, it would not be lethal.
Would-
It's not the softest of experiences, but it's not lethal.
Would we have, like, would we need a tuning fork to
I
get
can,
here?
I can provide you one, but you also have. Well, those robes are actually my mortal robes. Yes, I can give you an item that will suffice. She hands you a single shard of Everfrost.
Thank you.
I don't know if you're here with us or not,
I am.
but okay.
So, that was the idea I was holding on last night
Cool.
while I was sleeping. And then as I said, I tell you guys about the dreams. Both Alric and Cassandra are prepared. Whenever we can get back to Mercinia.
I'll fill you in about my sendings.
Oh God.
You what?
She fills us in about
you know.
you what?
I just wanted to make sure the Kraken had the best chance of, like, killing or dealing with shell tracks. I figured giving it a heads up was probably nice.
I mean, perhaps now the Kraken will see shell tracks coming.
As long as two ancient entities don't decide to band against us.
Why are you giving the DM ideas?
Maybe they fall in love and then they
Oh.
create a white dragon Kraken mix, and
Well,
then
you know
that
what?
comes for
Then
us.
So
then
Cthulhu.
you think I could be a bridesmaid?
Perhaps.
You could turn.
I have regrets. Starting this
Mighty
game.
My
regret.
brother's really good at making cakes.
I think that was a joke.
But
Damn.
so the Kraken is in player question. As a druid, would I realize that the Kraken is an old nature entity,
Nature's a strong word. They are monstrosities.
Okay.
They're not natural. You know that they are. I don't want to say perversion because it's kind of gets into weird essentialist territory. They are a mystical offshoot of nature. So you take your giant squid and give it 9th level spells, profane malevolence, global scale telepathy and mind control, and followers.
I mean, there's a reason thalassophobia exists. Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that's what we had summoned before. Thankfully, we have this fancy tuning fork to get back to hell, and we don't necessarily have to go the Kraken route next time.
Yeah, speaking about hell though, also talked to
It's like
Mr.
fucking,
Finkelstein.
it's like fucking AIM or ICQ. It's like seeing who's out on. You up? Question mark.
You up? Wanna chat? I don't sleep.
I don't sleep.
Bored. So, well,
How did that go?
Well, I was thinking, about how, he probably wants Voragash back. In order for that to happen, he's got to die on the material plane, or be banished or something. And, we're his best bet of that happening. And, he's also got that thing you want, that, mask thing. So I just figured I'd test the waters. Test them. And, I think he's holding a bit of a grudge. But maybe we'd be able to come to some sort of agreement.
If I remember correctly, he did try to kill us the last time we tried to leave.
Well,
We were
we were
stealing
stealing from him.
We were stealing him.
He had an arrangement. He was getting something from it, and then we came in there and kind of took it from him. So, he was
All
just,
the things we've taken from Finkelstein. We just won't remind him of that.
So,
I'm pretty sure he will not forget.
the thing is here, like I was saying, easy, I told him, enemy of my enemy.
He's my frenemy.
I said, that mask could help an enemy of your enemy. So, maybe we could work something out. Also, figured I'd test that just because if we are going to have some sort of coordination between Morgan's forces and Gehenna's forces, it's going to have to go through Mr. Finkelstein. So,
We should make sure that we don't have interplanar reputation besides being thieves. So everyone
I'm sure we do.
in
Sure do.
on the continent of Gish thinks that we're going to overthrow their government, which may not be wrong, but we've now had this conversation with the Duke of Narshley, and then Cassandra asked me about it last night.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm
We
pretty
kind
sure
of
that's the
restructured
plan.
the glide entirely.
I mean,
That
the
scares
government is
nobles.
trash.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
sorry. What was that last bit, Sovellias?
Their government is trash. The
Oh.
gish.
So any allies, they're all, it sounds like that will be the biggest barrier to allyship with anyone else on the continent of Gish. I guess we did that in Halfguard too. We didn't change the government, but we changed who was ruling. Oh boy. We do this everywhere.
That was, you know.
Yep. Self-awareness is a thing.
Perhaps. are we the ones who are? No.
But
The
yeah,
gish
so
are wrong.
whoever we're talking to, we're gonna have to have that conversation. And if there are any city governments that we want to change, I guess that's a conversation we need to have.
Well, there will need to be sweeping changes if, after we survive this war, the peace is to continue.
I seem to recall somebody made some sort of deal with a Droskan ambassador about establishing an embassy
I
and
mean,
having a conversation about the Droskan way of doing things.
I mean,
I
Just
think
saying.
that's
Sure
before
did.
everything went to shit.
Just saying.
well,
The
and
group sure did.
opening an embassy, just conversations is diplomatic.
Right.
We wouldn't want them to sweep in while we appear to be weak, and it sounds like things are well positioned in Mercinia, though.
Let's change the subject. They absolutely are.
You caught that.
Yeah.
Well, then there's no town like the present.
Well,
So she
What
will
do we-
send word when Shellatrax has left for the Kraken. You warned?
Cracky.
now it should know,
Cracky the Kraken.
you know. Maybe it'll have a nice
Mr.
nice
K.
meal. I don't know if it likes to eat dragon, but
It'll be quite the thing.
But perhaps we can follow up on this lead with Mr. Finkelstein after we deal with the Grand Presider.
Yeah, and bring back the Golden Dragon if we can.
Indeed.
Basically use the diamonds before they can.
Yep. That's the idea.
Not hold them, just use them.
If, and I don't know how this would work, if there's some way we could, if there's extra to bring back Pusheen,
That's
possible.
Pagine.
Pusheen?
Pagine.
Pusheen.
P-A-G-E-E-N. I was calling her
So
Pusheen. Yes.
J.
J-E-N. Yeah.
Pusheen, yeah. Does sound like Pusheen when you say it really fast. Pagine.
I think that would be a.
if she's willing.
Yeah.
If she's willing and we have the resources. And
Indeed.
I know we had the same conversation after wasn't Garrett,
Belong.
Gallant. After we watched Gallant perish. We didn't think he would be willing.
Yeah.
He made his peace before he left, at least.
So in all
Should
of
we
our
get that?
conversations, do we have an idea of how many diamonds there are in the Horde?
There's more than 25,000 worth.
Okay, and how much is True Resurrection?
25,000.
Okay, so we'd be looking at 50,000 diamonds to bring back the Golden Dragon and Pagine.
Yeah.
Because we don't have pieces of either.
Right.
Speaking of that, actually, since we talked about it briefly, and it sounds creepy, and I know I'm insane, but we should definitely take pieces of ourselves and give it to the two of us so that we can bring you back if necessary. It's creepy and it's weird, but I pull out vials.
Selena's got a knife and just like, we should fucking just do it.
We should.
Give me your pinky toe.
But seriously,
Just like carving her ear off.
Just-
A hair follicle will
Using
do
her
a nail clipping.
yeah. But
She
seriously,
Cutting off an
puts like the stick in her mouth. Bite
you guys
down on
make me
this.
sound crazy, but we should definitely have.
It
I
does.
mean, two of us have already been killed, literally, and had to have been brought back.
Oh, yeah.
That is a pragmatic approach.
Oh, hi.
So,
It is. I would not be opposed.
I mean, it's not a lot. Hair follicle, nail clippings. It's not crazy. It's the minimalist amount of gross. I don't need a whole toe or a
Did we have
finger.
this conversation already in this campaign, or was it in?
It was
my normie
campaign.
campaign.
It was in the Thunder
It was-
Spiral.
Because I'm
His
like,
game that isn't
I
any
seem to
good.
remember my character cutting off a pinky toe for this.
Not
But it was in the other campaign.
Is it any
I don't know.
Not-
In my
not
notes,
that
I
it's not
have
very
minus
good.
one toe.
It is.
It is
Oh,
There's none.
Then we
There's
did do
nothing
it.
redeeming.
It's
we?
like-
We
it's
did
like-
do
we
this
don't have to
already.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Did
That
we?
Norway. Oh, I'm busy that week.
We
We
did
did.
do it in
We
this
did.
campaign.
In this one?
Yeah.
In my notes, I have minus
I
one
brought it up.
toe. I don't know what it's from.
I brought this up because I said, we should probably.
That's on y'all not
entertain
keeping
this.
track of your
Yeah.
toes. You damn well know.
Well, if it didn't have to be a whole toe, I would give the bare minimum.
I will say,
Shave
but
off a
where
piece.
you need to
Yeah.
know is it being kept in the bag of holding? Let's just take inventory. Y'all have apparently consented to this before. You have a splinter, I imagine. Is it being kept in the bag of holding? Is that what you want to say?
I think it is.
Sounds good. Okay.
Because I'm holding the
Perfect.
bag
Resurrection,
all the time.
Project Resurrection Toe is a go.
Project Phoenix, making something cool.
Project
No,
Phoenix.
not with you
Phoenix
lot.
toe.
So I just don't remember us having
Hey,
this conversation.
Came up
in
with
this
Prism.
game.
That's cool.
Prismatic Phoenix.
There we go.
Operation Prismatic Phoenix.
There we go. I like it. This is good. We've
This
gone
is
it
actually
down.
the final episode.
Can you title it
No,
Operation
No, we need 10
Prismatic
more.
Phoenix?
Matthew.
No.
Matthew.
I want people to watch.
We need 10 more. We have to go on in episode 69.
God.
Correct.
Nice.
You don't deserve.
Nice.
I was gonna say you don't deserve 69.
So then, is there any other things that we need to talk about before we go back to the material plane?
Well, we should talk about whether or not we want to have a conversation with Mr. Finkelstein, and if we want to do that, is it sooner or rather or later?
I would say let's
I would
focus.
say later after the diamonds.
Indeed.
Let's take care of allies that we know actually like us
That's fair.
and not gonna kill us,
Correct.
and go from there. And really, really hope that Cassandra doesn't turn on us.
Because if we do
Yeah.
Finkelstein first and we don't have the diamonds, then Operation
Wishful
Prismatic
thinking, really.
Phoenix may not work.
That's true. That's very true.
Why didn't we go?
Because we need to refuel your necklace at some point.
Yeah, I've got a few more revivifies plus what's in the ring, so.
Alrighty, as you all discuss that and you get ready for the Chandrith reunion or whatever that we're going to call this thing, we are going to go ahead and call that there for tonight.
Okay.
The episode started off rough,
Perfect.
ended out
Ended perfect.
Ended
You
somewhere.
start off rock bottom and we didn't think there was any room to go lower.
But we dug into the rock.
Figured it out.
Yeah, you fucking jackhammer.
Figured it out.
That's
Solved.
right.
Don't let any obstacles
We
get in
had
your
an
way.
innovative solution to the rock bottom.
Synergy.
We are
That's
gonna.
right. We circled back.
Circle back, touch base.
Boy, howdy. So at some point, I need to turn someone into a chicken and stick them in the puzzle box. This is now
That was a
not
good
my
plan. I'm
life
sorry
goal.
they were immutable.
That was
That's
really great. I was like,
Are Krakens
yeah.
mutable?
That's how we'll get
Think so, they have legendary
Cassandra. Oh,
Yeah.
that's how we'll get Cassandra.
No, then we won't get Cassandra. Oh,
We could do
no.
it to Birdie.
So are we starting doing our little wind down
Turn him into a
Q&A
birdie.
at all, or
That's
Put
what
him
we're
in the
starting.
box.
This is what it looks
Take
like.
him.
Oh, thank you for the
Thanks.
salt,
Thank you.
salty.
Thank you. Krakens
Hey,
are not
Mr.
immutable.
Puddins.
you can try it with the
Really?
Kraken after
Yeah,
we wear
we
down
can
its
do it with the
legendary
Kraken.
resistances.
Fighting the Kraken
Okay,
underwater.
I have a
There's
question.
no way that can go wrong. There's
I
not
have a
like it's
question for Matthew.
Been, what?
It's never
How
been
big
done.
of... How unexpected was it for Gilly to cast Sending to the Kraken?
Kraken was not on my mind. For but I will say, I'm just gonna compliment myself. Pulled out a personality out of thin air.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh. Thank you, Mr. Puddin.
How? How bad of a situation is Gilly now in, having contacted that Kraken?
I think that the reason why people don't cast Sending to malevolent and ancient beings is that because they speak to people on their terms. And I think that whether Gilly intended to or not, I think the Kraken is displeased.
Question. Can Sending come with like a knock? Like a, hey, do you mind if I...
Nope, it just goes.
Damn.
Huh?
Feels like it needs a little tweak.
Oh, too bad. And Krakens are actually known for their telepathic abilities.
Right. Not to Gilly.
Not anymore.
Well, at least this one is, since it's
You need a
evolved
new
after
warlock
certain
patron,
Kraken.
right?
Hmm?
No, I'm kidding.
I didn't hear what you said.
You need a new warlock patron, right?
I am a Warlock patron.
I was just kidding. Please don't create the Kraken as your warlock patron. Oh my god.
It's a good patron.
Oh no. Consume.
Get ready for ice and tentacles.
Did you, I guess, mine's not really a question. Mine's more of a statement. I'm just really excited by when we first started and we had all the doom clocks up on the screen. I was very, they're all very intimidating, but now we've semi-addressed temporarily one. I feel like Lady of Winter is pretty in hand.
Yep.
Grand Presider, like there's a thing on the horizon. It feels more like we're actually like kind of putting the Lego pieces back together and things are working out.
I'm going to go ahead and adjust some of the clocks. There we go. That's good.
Ah!
That's fine. Yep. And I also,
The Lady of Winter Clock, is that like...
It's not done yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just really happy with how everything's going.
Cool. I'm glad.
And
I wish I could... I wish I could say the same.
I mean, it would never. And then I also, then the other thing I have to say is I just like how sometimes D&D can, I'm not going to say be like poetry, but like the fact that the thing had 15 hit points left and it did 15 points.
That was really something.
That's incredible.
I was like, there's no way on 2d8. I was like, well, he's got a bonus.
Yeah. I also realized after the fact that I should have canceled out the disadvantage because I would have had advantage because of the darkness. Because I was in bright light all the time. But then I wasn't. I was in darkness at that point.
Oh!
So I would have canceled it out.
Shit.
I wasn't using it because of the sun
You're right.
the whole time, the daylight the whole time.
Shadowy dagger does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn. Good. Damn.
It's all good.
Crushed by the weight of your failures.
Yeah, it worked out. It made for a more dramatic moment.
It did.
Than
I
this.
had a lot of fun.
Man.
Do we want to go around and say our favorite moment?
We can do that.
I just said mine. Sorry.
Yep.
That was nice. I'm glad y'all are just chatting to chat. That's also really nice. We can do it that way.
It's okay.
Whatever enhances joy.
I liked you deciding that you were going to dimension door away from a conversation.
Yeah, that was great. And I was planning to have Astra to come talk to you. I was like, okay, this is perfect.
I loved how it played out because I figured that he probably
Just
wouldn't
right
talk
in
to
Astra's
me.
room. Yeah.
I figured, but like Gilly has to try.
Because that's what Sovellias would do. He's like,
But it's also what Gilly would do.
But did you take
Exactly.
the cocoa with you? Is the
No.
important.
You didn't take the cocoa.
No.
And then when Matthew was like, "Okay, you teleport into the room
You
that
could've
Astra's in,"
counterspelled
I was
it.
like, "Yep."
Maria's in chat.
Listen, I know. Listen, I was like, my instinct was to counterspell it, but then I was like, I don't have any counterspells left. Because I used all my spells for sending.
Man.
Choices were made.
Yep.
Plus, I was like, maybe Gilly. I don't think Gilly would actually prevent you from leaving if you tried to leave.
Yeah, that's like a...
Like that'd be.
That's a no-no.
Yeah.
I love that all the pieces are coming together. As for like the second part of this arc, so we have the arc to get to Vorgesh coming in material plane, and now we're having. I feel like we're like a third of the way through the arc of like banishing Vorgesh again, or at least trying.
Yeah, a third or a fourth. I think so. I feel like that's true. But now that's in D&D terms. That's still a lot of episodes.
It is. But
Yeah.
it's like all the pieces that we had set up in that first arc are coming to help us in the second.
Yep.
And just that storytelling that we do at this table, not to be overly vague or mushy or, emotional, but that's just really amazing to watch. The stuff we remember, the stuff we've forgotten, and how that's all playing together.
Yeah.
And it's really awesome.
Yeah.
Makes this a lot of fun.
I agree. I've actually really enjoyed it. That was I remember I used to be really nervous, and then I stopped caring altogether.
Evident.
Who are you?
I was
Doesn't know who you
like,
are.
is this gonna work? like having like all the pieces out there, and it has. We've all made it work here at the table.
I mean, there was at one point where we had so many things going on that it was almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
But we figured out where that balance is,
Yeah.
and a few things have fallen to the wayside, but they'll come back, and it's good.
Yeah. I also, one thing that I always take in heart in D&D storytelling is the pieces that don't quite fit and the pieces that do fall by the wayside, because you can't have those things without. That is what makes a D&D story, and I love seeing the pieces that I was like, well, I'll be honest. One of the things I was thinking about on the way here, originally Gallant was supposed to be your guide in the Cold Unending.
Oh.
I mean, so the idea was that his mysterious benefactor
was Morgan.
No.
No. Oh.
No. He was on a path of vengeance, but my assumption was you would kill him. Like when you're planning a roadmap, but I know that these things change. Mm-hmm. Basically, like my rough sketch is like, confronts him, the scene happens, it gets emotional, violence breaks out because they're not able to persuade him, because, his DCs and everything, he was really, and he had to say very specific things, because there was just some things he wasn't willing to hear. Gallant was an NPC in this story first, Maria, and he killed Justice.
Straight up slave.
And he was on a path of vengeance, and the idea was that if you offed him when he was still on a path of vengeance, he was going to become under Morgan's sway in the land of the Cold Unending.
That makes sense.
But it ended up Astra was your guide here, which was interesting.
Yeah.
Because his afterlife would have been in service here, because he would have been stuck on that path of vengeance. But he let go in those last moments, and then he died. So he's elsewhere now.
Elsewhere? That's not ominous at all. I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's elsewhere.
Yeah.
Another thing I appreciate about some of the different players at the table, not to be overly mushy, is like Alexis and you, Liz, like things like I'm a very objective oriented person, like point A, point B, point C, and it's like I'm gonna cast sending to the Kraken and talk to him. Like that would never occur to me. I'm just like, what's next on our list of things to do? So I love having the different mindsets. Let me cast dreaming to the banished goddess, the smoking lady. Like those would never occur to me.
Or even Cassandra, that's a whole line I never saw coming.
Yeah.
She was never supposed to be ally. She was supposed to hate your guts until, but you all kind of pieced together the fact that she was angry, and I think it was you rolled that check, and I gave you that clue, and that kind of spiraled the whole thing.
Yeah, that she didn't realize she had been used in such a way.
Yeah.
And,
because it was like you were trying to. I remember I had your roll, and it was like, oh, why would she have been angry if she knew that?
Yeah.
It all came together.
Yeah, and deceiving Duplo with the smoking lady.
And the other
I
thing
didn't think
is,
I would get away with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
the other thing is, it was Justice's knowledge of forgeries and stuff that helped to figure out that Cassandra's sister wasn't ever actually her sister.
That's
She was
true, and that was
fabricated.
behind so much.
It
You
was
had to go-
behind so much because Glitch
That's
and I
true.
went to that library. We
Yeah, all the
weren't
work in the
doing well.
library
We
and stuff.
brought
Yeah,
we brought Justice in because I was like, listen, okay, I see things, but Justice is better at forgeries and stuff, and I think that we could use his help here.
Yeah.
And it was with his help that we figured it all out.
You met that little pencil dick. What was his name?
Yeah, yeah.
The Baron. He's a Baron technically, but yeah, he's the Naz equivalent, but he's in Mercinia.
Yep.
That's
we
right.
sure did.
God.
You know,
His name is
Sovellias
somewhere in
didn't
here.
have
Yeah.
something
God,
to-
the writing was good then.
Yeah. With the blonde hair.
And if the
everything.
Amastasias hadn't, ruined the world, we wouldn't be where
I mean,
we're
As
at.
it turns out, not his branch of Amastasias, and not just. And remember, and we haven't talked about the Elven lore a lot. But the Amastasias were one of the 4 great families that rotated there. So there was the Spirit Emperor of the Elves, and then there were the Prophet Kings. And actually, when the world was broke, they were Prophet Kings. They weren't Spirit Emperors. The Dimir were the spirit in spirit. They were the ones who were currently reigning, and they would reign for eons. And then they would attune to the night sky, and the skies would tell them, and the stars beyond, blah blah blah. But yeah, the Anastasias were just one family. It was the Mayors that were the Spirit Emperors, and the Mayors had their own part to play. But Beverly's dead now, so
Yep. I mean, we're gonna have a shit ton
Well,
of
we're gonna
diamonds.
try and
We're
bring
gonna have
back
diamonds.
Am I right?
Bringing everyone back.
Try.
it's a thing you can try. That is D&D. I embrace it.
Maybe we
Wonderful.
could try to bring back Beverly.
He's
So-
probably chilling in the void or something.
Probably
at this
is.
point.
Yeah, unfortunately, he made a bed.
He
Yeah.
made a bed that he's
Ooh,
lying in right now.
That's
Yeah.
not great.
Floating in.
Yeah,
Floating
dying in
yeah.
the void or dying in service of the void complicates things.
I'm certain it does. The void complicates everything.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Everything complicates everything in the way we go.
When I realized the Whispering Father was going to be broken out tonight, I was like, I had forgotten to import its art. But I actually like the pog I used.
Wait,
better.
did you just say broken out?
Yeah, like busted out.
Busted
Like
out of
used.
where?
No, like
Like
out of a
used.
box.
Oh,
like-
sorry.
Yeah.
Show.
I was
Like
like,
a toy, yeah.
What do you mean?
This is a game.
Like a prison?
It's a game.
This isn't real life.
I thought you meant like from a
Immersion
prison.
broken.
No.
Sorry.
No. He's free to do as you will
Yeah.
in the void.
With oh god.
Yeah.
So, Salty just let me know what my title is going to be in the game.
What is it?
Supreme Court Justice.
Oh gosh.
Someone
gosh.
ban Salty, please. And ban Chase.
Man chased two over it. God, this was I'm
Dismissed.
happy that the episode went like how it went.
Yeah.
Your services are no longer required. You've been promoted
To viewer.
banned viewer.
The dream stuff is really cool. The sending
Ex-viewer.
stuff is really cool. I'll be and like the plane shifting, the teleporting. This levels of D&D. This is a common criticism. It does become a little more. It's abstract. It's like this game was always a little abstract, but now
Yeah,
it
it sure is.
really is abstract.
Right.
Like there's no point in me preparing that many locations because I'm like, or NPCs for that matter, because it's like.
Right. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
We're just
I'm gonna
gonna
try to
This
teleport into the middle of
We're just gonna
Gish.
bip.
I'm gonna
Into
send
here?
cast sending to the Kraken.
Yeah, I'm like, you really got to just embrace the fact that you'll never be like. I still prepare. I still, I consult things. I think about storylines, motivations, themes.
Yeah.
But I mean, these levels, level 11, they talk about it. Level 11 and beyond, the game becomes, and it's so open. Like I always think about when you teleported and you all ended up on the mountain in Korkoth, so I had to explain what the mountains in Korkoth were, and then the rock, and then you teleported back into Bridgeton.
Well, it just shows how much work you did a year and a half ago.
Yes,
And even
that is
before
true.
that.
How
That is true.
much you had to prepare
That is true.
for however long you did to write the world so that we could literally just go play in it.
It was about 6 months of actual writing.
Yeah, but I mean, how long had you been thinking about this before that?
20 years.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing.
Like,
It's like
Yeah.
10 years.
if you're passionate about a thing, like it's like a part of you. It comes out of you. It's not just like maybe you forget minor details of it, but you thought of it before.
I will kill you, Salty. It's so not my art. And I knew that whenever I created I was like, this sounds like the Supreme Court Justice. I was like, it fits what I want it to be.
but yeah. But
Yeah.
anyway, so like,
But I enjoy that. I embrace that part of D&D. Because my thing is like, this is the game we're playing, and if it's abstract this way, I just have to... Part of that is like, the anxiety of like, I was like, oh man, the Kraken's coming. And I was like, I haven't even thought about like their voice. Like, you know what? I was like, guess what? It's here. Face the music and just do the thing. Believe, and you just gotta let go and just play it.
But it takes a specific type of person to be able to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I've noticed when I play, if I try to make my world too big, I lose focus.
Yes.
And so, being a DM that is using pre-written material by other writers is amazing for myself. I've not DM'd as long as Matt has, but that has as much value and fun as creating these giant worlds. But it's also amazing when you get to play in the giant worlds.
Yeah.
So you can't downplay how much work that takes.
Oh, sure is a fucked up.
I mean,
Just wait until there's a book and other people are playing in this world and your mind is blown.
yeah, we'll see. I don't think this will be the world that other people play in, but you never know.
Even on more micro levels, though, like improving is so helpful. Because, for instance, last night with Firefly, none of the possibilities that entered my mind were the ones that the players went
Correct.
for. And I didn't even sit down and try to do a whole lot of planning in terms of like figuring out what they might do and planning out the avenues for them. I just figured, all right, I'm going to hear what they come up with and then I'll just respond to it because I knew. I'm like, nothing I think of is going to be where they go.
Yeah.
They're always going to think of something that I don't. So just learn how to go with it.
Yep.
That's the biggest tool that I've put into my GMing box in the last year.
Yeah.
Just learning how to fucking go with it.
But I personally love it. I love it when it gets abstract. I love the teleporting. I love the sending. It's a challenge, but I love it.
It's fun. As a player, it's a lot of fun.
I mean, the Kraken voice could have been like, "Where were the other?"
We're all gonna go.
Well, that was
I
Mr.
couldn't read from my
Finkelstein, which I
slumber.
already had.
Yeah.
You were in 3 dimensions today, and I think
Yeah.
actually for the past few episodes, you've all been in like least 2 or 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
For
I
a
mean-
world
Another
that has an arresting light,
dimension.
it's only supposed to keep one dimension.
Yeah, but then of
We do a
course,
lot.
in typical me, I do the thing and then subvert the thing. Do the thing and subvert the thing.
Let's like,
Yeah,
you know, if we had a passport, it would just have a lot of stamps in it.
it would.
It wouldn't actually because we keep circumventing the actual powers that be that, we keep circumventing the actual border checks.
You owe a lot of money to drug cartels. If you
Correct.
That's right.
support-
That's right.
Well, I mean,
Like
we
the
can always go back
Kraken.
to Fort Mountain Hall. You know, I hear
It's not
they're
like
looking
Kraken
for work
can
there
stamp that.
for
Oh,
employees.
God,
You know,
I mean,
I've
I
got
will
an in.
say,
I've got an in.
I think you've all put that behind you because, like, the impromptu drug run in episode 15 or whatever that was. That small potatoes to casting sending on a Kraken.
There we go. And we have a nice retirement fallback.
And had we not been so tight-ass at the time, the drug run was actually pretty great, I thought.
It was a lot of fun.
But we were new and we were nervous.
Yeah.
We were very nervous.
Now
Just
we're
like,
not
what
nervous
is
at
this?
all.
I
No.
mean,
I'm eating pudding
I'm
with
not.
a fork on stream. You know.
Yeah.
I was definitely nervous, Alexis. I was like, oh no, Gilly's gonna send to the Kraken. Oh no, this is not gonna go well. I was very nervous.
Good times. Good stuff. So, is that good? Rob,
I'm
did you want
good.
to say anything?
No.
All right.
You want a dimension door out of this conversation?
Catch us this Saturday for Droskin
Dimension
Christmas
door
Carol
back
at
to
7 p.m.
pudding.
Central.
The rescheduling.
Catch
This
us.
Saturday, yep.
Catch the finale of Firefly next week on Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Central.
Who's up?
Oh, yeah.
Is
Soul
Legend
Bear.
still up?
No, they're in the thing.
Oh, okay.
Straticus is up, but who's on?
Perception.
1 second. I'm just checking one thing.
Droskin.
Oh, Josh is on there. Cool.
Great games.
Straticus looks good. Soul Bear looks good. Let's do Soul Bear.
Are they in
Yeah.
their Q&A portion, or are
They
they
might
still
be.
playing?
Let's just do Straticus. They look to be up. They're doing something sci-fi, which this crowd likes.
Yes.
There you go.
Go say hi to Straticus. I see that a mutual of mine, Josh, is on there. He's very nice. Go say hi to them all and show them some love. We will, watch Big Boy Season, watch everything, follow, subscribe, yada yada. Have a nice night.
bye.
See you guys.